When it comes to new music, before we get to the venue, man, you gotta trust me, all right? That solo, that was a tasty solo, bro. AEW Dynamite! 2 weeks in a row at the ECW Arena. And they've turned the House of Hardcore into the House of Garbage. This show sucks. It's written by a bunch of hacks who don't have any emotion at all in what they're doing. And if you don't think that is resonating, if you don't think that seeps through your television, you may be one of the unintelligent sickos that has the brain capacity of a fucking pencil. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Riho is back. Oh, man. We can celebrate, man. Riho's back. Being that Riho's back, man, I need tonight, you know what? Three old fashions. We're going to the beer garden. And when I get there on this Wednesday night, I want to know what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see y'all there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you so very much for joining us here on this Wednesday night, wherever you may be. Joined, as always, for the last 6 years by the one and only Chi-Town Smart. What's going on, brother?
Good evening, sir. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm not doing good watching this show for 2 hours, but I'm doing all right otherwise.
It's been 6 years.
6 years, bro. We've been, for a lot of the sickos that say we shit on the show for clicks and engagement, bro. We've been here since episode 1.
Just shitting away.
I know.
You got diarrhea on this shit, man.
I know. It's crazy.
Look, I want to start this stream off with the same energy that I started off last week. I feel like I owe you in the chat an apology, and I've already talked to you and apologized to you privately in great detail with reasons why I did what I did. But I just wanted to come here and tell everyone here, just going through it, and we're working on it. Me, myself, my guy right here next to me is helping me out, and we'll be all right, man. But my apologies, sir.
There you go. No, that's all right, man. Water under the bridge, bro. Water under the bridge. There you go. We're going to have a good show, man. I woke up today saying to myself, we're going to have a good fucking stream tonight. That's what we're going to have.
Of course. Of course. Always.
You know what, man? Like we usually do, I'll reserve my judgment until you take the floor yourself here. This show was fucking dreadful. I legitimately felt like it was worse than last week. I care about nothing going into All Out, and I genuinely feel that Tony Khan has given up for the build for All Out, bro. I think he's throwing in the towel, man. He's waving the white flag. He's not competing against WrestlePalooza. He knows what's coming. He knows what's on the horizon Friday in Chicago, and I don't think he's putting much effort into it, man. I don't know how you feel, but what do you think of tonight's show?
I love that. He said, I'm going to reserve judgment and defer to you, but this show sucks. Didn't like it. You reserved your judgment for about
I gotta get my 2 cents in, man. Go ahead.
So the show sucked. Okay, so I look, man, and sometimes I do have to preface this because we do get new viewers and listeners, and we get people in the industry that will pop in for the early part of the show, then bail out. I'm always gonna be objective and fair. Okay, and I'm not just gonna just lean into let's just all shit on everything that was bad. So I do like to start off with the things that are positive and the things that I did like about it, and those things are becoming just like smaller and smaller to pick from. I mean, I find myself like sitting at the screen just staring like, why is this happening? Why is this match happening? Well, why is this going on? Why is this happening? And I'm constantly trying to remind myself and try to figure these things out on my own. Like, oh, I must have forgotten about this, or oh wait, maybe it's that. But then but for the grand scheme of everything, I sit back and I didn't realize I should not be sitting down trying to figure out what's happening on my screen. I like watching drama shows, Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, all that stuff. And not once have I ever been sitting there watching one of my favorite TV shows trying to figure out why things are happening. Like, why is this guy killing this guy? Oh, because he stole money from him. That's why. It all makes sense. And that's how it's supposed to be in pro wrestling. You're supposed to understand. Why is this match happening? This match is happening because this guy wants to be world champion, and he has to get through this person to get that opportunity. But he keeps getting screwed over by these guys, and here they are going to screw him over again. So he's probably going to have a side quest to go deal with them before he becomes real. It all just flows.
Well, the difference between the shows that you're describing, bro, in AEW, they actually have creative writers on the shows that you watch, and they sit down in a boardroom and go over what's coming next, and they map out the entire season. Instead, AEW just operates through WhatsApp, bro, and they text back and forth what's happening on the show, and then there's no rhyme or reason why anything happens.
I just want so bad to be able to say, bro, that's not it. What it is this, but I can't. I have no ammo to say that's not it, because it feels like that you might be 100% right, that's exactly what's happening, because that's the flow that it seems like we're getting on TV. I just don't understand why some of these things are happening. And even if you try to say, well, it's happening because of this, well, that makes no sense. For instance, at the end of my stream tonight, I was sitting there looking at the main event saying, I literally said out loud, why is this match happening? Why is this 8-man all-star match happening? And then Osagui showed up in the stream tonight. And he's like, maybe it's happening because Don Callis said that he wanted the world title in his faction, and this was his way of going about, to get it. Then I said, okay, how does this 8-man tag match supposed to secure him a world title match with Hangman? And then we went back and forth, for a second with that. And essentially it was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. This is the main event and it's an all-star match. I just want to know why it's happening. I mean, it shouldn't take, an hour to explain it. This is the main event. Why is it happening? Period. To get Kyle Fletcher or anyone else a world title match with Hangman and Page, that makes no sense. If that's your goal to promote someone to get a world title match, how about you put them in singles matches or put them in a four-way and dedicate it. The winner gets to be number one contender for the world championship against Hangman. That would make some sense. Then I would say, why is this match happening? Because they need to determine a number one contender, and this was going to decide a number one contender. Okay, that's why this match is happening. Right on. It's not what we get.
Well, you watched the match. Out of everybody in that match, did we determine who the number one contender was 2.5 weeks before All Out?
No. No. They made it a point to mention that Kyle Fletcher has won 3 big matches for the Don Callis family. Great. I do like that they are putting Kyle Fletcher on the right trajectory, but he is not going to challenge for the world title, and he's already the TNT champion. Am I safe to assume that?
Bro, if we're going into All Out with Adam Page defending the title against Kyle Fletcher at All Out, man, we've already failed before we even get to September 20th.
That's what I'm saying.
Who gives a fuck about that match and why it's happening? And then you got a bunch of people online. Oh, it's going to be good graps. It's going to be great wrestling. Bro, I swear to fucking God, if you people use this continually every single week as an excuse as to why these matches are happening because it's great pro wrestling, I'm going to fucking vomit. The reason why these 8-man, 12-man, 16-man, you might as well fucking do 24-man all-star tag team matches every fucking week. The reason why this match took place is because they are inept, bro. They don't know how to book other than I'm going to throw all these great pro wrestlers in a ring and let them pro wrestle. That's it. That's the only reason why this match took place. They didn't give a fuck about a story coming in. They didn't give a fuck about a story coming out. All Out is a complete bust. They have completely given up any sense of effort going into September 20th, bro. Kenny Omega was written off television theoretically tonight. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. We don't got Omega. We don't got fucking Swerve. We don't got Ospreay. We don't got MJF for a second week in a row, by the way. I don't know where the fuck he is. Maybe he didn't want to wrestle in that fucking dump tonight, which I don't blame him. And then you know who was also missing, Jesse? Out of all the names that you mentioned in the Don Callis family that made a big splash at the fucking pay-per-view 2 weeks ago, Wardlow, where is he, Tony?
Gone again.
Where the fuck did he go? Did he get kidnapped outside fucking the ECW arena? What happened? Did he get stabbed?
Was he filming American Gladiators or some shit like that? Why did they bring him back and then have nothing for him? They have nothing for him.
They bring him back. He beats up Nana in front of Swerve. He stands behind the Don Callis family looking like a fucking goofball, like a geek. He stood behind MJF. He stood behind the Pinnacle. He stood behind the fucking Paragon. Oh my God, bro. Well, listen, if he doesn't ask for his release at this point, man, he's just doing it to himself. They don't give a fuck, and they should be absolutely ashamed at the level of creativity put into this one guy alone when he would step foot on NXT on day one, bro, and automatically be a main event guy. Day one.
Yeah. I don't know. They clearly had nothing for the guy when they brought him back. They brought him back, and then they trotted him out for like 5 seconds, and then he went straight to the back. And I think that was about it. We never saw him again, did we? That's it. That's it.
He was on last week's show. He fixed his cufflinks. He was fixing his watch. He looks like a man of fine taste. I don't know what kind of watch he was wearing, but he stood there looking like all muscle in that suit because he's an American Gladiator now, and he stood there just Didn't say a fucking peep, bro. They didn't give him a microphone to explain why he did what he did, why he's with the Don Callis family, what's next for him, why he's back, where he's been for 2.5 years, what he's been doing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mind-boggling how they don't have anything planned for this guy, and they strategically brought him back in that moment, in that spot, and then planned nothing for him now 2 weeks following Forbidden Door, bro. Again, I said this on Tuesday Night Titans last night with the Solid Monster. That, if you want to look at one thing that's wrong with this fucking company, that is sticking out to me like a sore thumb, bro. That is everything you need to know about the lack of creativity in this company and what's wrong with AEW.
Yeah, I have no retort for that. It makes no sense. If you brought him back, I'm under the assumption that you had plans for him. You had working plans. You had a plan. You had a story. You had something lined up for him. And if you brought him back and we still have not seen anything unfold to that nature, now I'm left to assume that you brought him back and you had no plans for him. I mean, did something happen? Did he get injured while he was standing in the ring flexing?
Did he break a fucking fingernail fixing his cufflink last week? What happened to him?
What happened now? Now what? I mean, is he suffering from nagging injuries as well? I mean, what happened? Why did you bring him back if you had nothing for him? These are all valid questions. These are all valid questions because it made no sense to you to bring him back at the pay-per-view and then not immediately jump into a story. Look, man, a good storyteller, a good writer would have made it possible for us to believe that you can get us to Hangman Adam Page versus Wardlow by the pay-per-view. It'd be interesting. We haven't seen the guy in a while. You brought him back. You got to do something with him. And you got a few weeks to make us believe, make it make sense. Unlike this Riho shit, make it make sense on how Don Callis uses political pull and somehow pull some strings to somehow get him into a qualifier match and then have him go over. And then boom, you get a Hangman versus Wardlow at the pay-per-view. Why not? Fuck it. Do it.
What's the Shutdown Shark? There's still Saturday on Collision. Jesse Shutdown Shark. They got another show that they could tell Wardlow where he was. Nobody watches Saturday. Clearly, by the fucking ratings, they were below 200,000 on Saturday. Nobody's watching that garbage.
Now, I was one of those ones watching. Took notes and everything, bro.
Oh, my God, man. This show is just so fucking awful. How they show up to work with a smile on their face, man, I don't know. But that money must be fucking good. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with the World Championship, man. The fact that Adam Page has come out of All In and a monumental moment that they gave him in Texas to turn around and do this. Like, it's unbelievable how there's just no sense of creative going into All Out. And then you stand to compete with WWE and what they're doing in Indianapolis. Give me a fucking break, bro. So we'll talk about that, where that goes. The other thing that it's like fucking comedy, bro. It's legitimately laughable. Mercedes and Alex Windsor for the TBS Championship, man. Alex Windsor now another casualty, another afterthought in the fucking grand scheme of things in the AEW Women's Division. Went after the TBS title. No story built up. The only thing of note here is that Mercedes danced in last week's segment, and it's basically set up this match this week. Not that it was a bad match or anything, but I'm going to label it as one because it's overly predictable, and nobody expects Mercedes to lose this close to breaking Jade Cargill's all-time TBS title reign at 508 days, which she will eclipse in October. So we get this match. Alex Windsor loses clean. And we were hoping that maybe they'd have some continuation going into the pay-per-view. It felt like, that they may be setting up for some sort of submission match between the two going into All Out. That wasn't the case. And then, lo and behold, bro, Mercedes wins. Color me shocked. And then we have yet another return, and somebody that Mercedes has not defeated. And we see the return of Riho. And she's back. And she attacked Mercedes for post-match attacking Alex Windsor. And Riho now is getting a TBS Championship match. I know everybody's thrilled, man. Everybody's jumping for joy, man, on social media. All the Joshis, all the fans of Joshi wrestling. She's getting a title match, bro, at All Out for basically taking a 2025 9-month vacation, bro, and comes back and gets a title match by basically doing nothing. It's exciting.
Did anyone try to make sense of that? Did anyone try to explain that?
We don't need to, man. Mercedes needs wins, man. They're running out of people.
I can literally throw a dart at the women's roster and hit a name that would have made more sense than Riho or anybody. I'm not even gonna throw direct shade at Riho. Anybody who has been off TV for months. Anybody who has been active would have made more sense.
Does anybody know when her last appearance was, bro? Did she even make an appearance this year? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I gotta look at it.
I don't believe she's had any. I don't think she's had a match in 2025. I don't think so.
Oh my god, this is so bad, bro.
Anyway, we've seen. I've been seeing Queen Amanada on my TV. I've been seeing Sky Blue on my TV. I've been seeing Tekla on my TV. I've been seeing Julia Hart on my TV. Any one of them would have made more sense to be in a title match against Mercedes than Riho. Any of them.
I don't know. I'm trying to find where she last wrestled here.
Where is Deonna Purrazzo?
This is fucking awful, bro. Bro, she has not made a single fucking appearance in 2025 on AEW television.
Megan Bain deserves another shot before Riho gets one.
Am I even looking at the right person here? I don't even, how many Rihos are there? Riho. Am I looking at the right person? Oh, I had the wrong Riho, guys. I'm sorry.
More than one Riho?
I don't know. Yeah, she hasn't made an appearance this year, bro. This was her first appearance. Her last appearance was against Lady Frost on Collision, July 6th, 2024.
Get out of here.
Bro, AEW gave Riho a TBS title match, and her last appearance was July of last year.
Yep, July 6th. Yep, Lady Frost. Wow, my AI found it. That's pretty good.
How do you look at this and not look at the AEW women's division as a fucking embarrassment, bro? What are we doing here, man? Has Mercedes run through everybody legitimately that we have to go find Riho, who hasn't wrestled in a year and a half?
Bro,
what?
Just do a rematch. Like, just do it. Why is it one and done? I'd rather see a rematch than someone who has not wrestled in over a year.
Who could possibly care about this? This is what you're going to have going up against Stephanie Vicaire and Io Sky. Really?
Bro, I.
How do you look at Mercedes and look at her as a credible TBS champion when this is exactly this shit that we've been complaining about for months and months and months and months? Is there anybody in this division that is even remotely over besides Mercedes? And even Tony Storm is now mingling with the fucking mid-card jobbers on Collision, bro. They don't even have a plan for Mercedes or Tony Storm. Do you believe this?
Didn't Jamie Hayter just come back?
I don't know. They got an all-star 8-man tag team match on Saturday. I don't even know if she's a part of that or not. Is she a part of that, chat? Where is she?
She was on Collision. She was in a fight with Tekla. She was in a backstage fight with Tekla. They were just beating the shit out of each other, too. And then later on in the show, I mean, I'm kind of spoiling Collision Corner here. Later on in the show, Tekla came out and had a run-in and came out and whipped ass. And Jamie Hayter was nowhere to be seen. Now, they just showed us Jamie Hayter and Tekla fighting in the back. It took like 14 people to separate them. They were beating the shit out of each other. and then they were just gone. And then later on, Tekla came out, interfered, and just started to beat people down. And no Jamie Hayter, none. I guess she was tired of fighting her. I thought that's where it was going. No Jamie Hayter.
Bro, this is the worst run of Mercedes' career, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know how anybody looks at this. Her match, she's a great wrestler. I will never say anything bad about her in-ring ability. She's one of the best in the world. Bro, this run creatively is the absolute worst of her career. Worst of her career. You got nine belts out there nobody gives a fuck about. These indie promotions that I guarantee you, phone calls were made to get championships on her. There's no fucking way these belts or Mercedes holding these belts on television are doing anything to enhance these promotions, bro. Don't listen to the garbage that is flowing out there on social media, bro. Absolutely nothing belts. Belts that mean jack shit in the grand scheme of things. There is no fucking way anybody could tell me that this woman creatively is doing the best work of her career, bro. This is absolutely, in all 11 years of her being a star on national television, the drizzling fucking shit worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not even like we're getting like great sessions of her in-ring ability. It's not like, oh, well, we're getting, these great matches. They're not. We know that she can do better, but her opponents and the story and the build and what they're giving, these are not great matches. She's just having matches. That's it.
So Alex Windsor wrestled Mercedes tonight and lost clean. What happens to Alex Windsor now? She goes to the back of the line. But everybody's like, oh, she stood the test. She lasted with Mercedes for almost 20 minutes. Who gives a fuck? You know what I look at? A loser. I look at a loser who lost clean. In this company, I guess that doesn't really matter because Riho could take a fucking year and 3 months off and come back and get a fucking title match whenever she wants. That's what she does. She's like Roman Reigns. Comes like back Charlotte. And whenever she wants, gets a title match.
That's Charlotte territory right there, man.
Alex Windsor should have been built up as somebody that you took seriously and you made her just like everybody else in that division. Alex Windsor fell tonight. Riho will fall tonight. I guarantee you they'll fucking dig up Nyla Rose and put her in the fucking ring. Has Mercedes beaten Nyla Rose yet? We don't know. Sure, they'll dig up Britt Baker again and get another fucking match out of her. We're running out of women, man. Who is left for her to defeat? This is clearly going back to Toni Storm because they got no other plans. And that's going to be the 10th title, bro. It's going to be the 10th title. And she's going to break Ultimo Dragon's record by taking Toni's title.
Yep. She faced Nyla Rose in July 2024.
Oh, did she?
On Dynamite.
Pardon me for forgetting that. How could I?
She already beat Nyla Rose. What else you got?
Who else is there, bro? Who else is there?
Just beat them all.
There's nobody that is special, bro. There is not one legit superstar in this entire company that is going to transcend AEW, bro. Not even Mercedes. Mercedes is a superstar in her own fucking imagination, bro. She makes not a lick of a difference on AEW television. In fact, AEW dumbs down the star that she really is and makes her worse every single week. I guarantee you these things would not be uttered if she was on TV on the other show. Guarantee it. This is awful television. I don't know how anybody is sitting here looking at this and saying, man, this is good stuff, man. I can't wait till next week. Riho. That's what you have to combat WrestlePalooza. I don't believe this creative control. People don't think that she's telling Jennifer Peppermint, who else haven't we beaten over here? Just a list of names. She hasn't wrestled Megan Bayne. Guarantee that's never going to fucking happen. Tekla, she hasn't wrestled Tekla yet. Has she wrestled Penelope Ford? I don't know. She's beaten Statlander 3 fucking times. What about Queen Aminata? She's beaten her, hasn't she? There's nobody left, bro. There's nobody left but the obvious. And they're not even going to do those things because Megan Bayne versus Mercedes, they don't even want to venture down that road because that would be utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous at this point.
They already beat Megan Bayne with Toni Storm, didn't they?
Yeah.
So Megan's got to lose to Mercedes too.
This is fucking this show is so bad, bro. Oh my god. I don't know how you
it kind of makes no sense because they keep talking about how undefeated Megan Bain is on Collision and everything and like this, but for some reason she hasn't gotten a title match. You know, I brought this up. I think in my Collision notes, Hologram is like 30-0 in AEW. Both companies, both shows, 30-0 and no titles. Now, realistically, how could you get 30 goddamn wins and not be in contention for any of the 14 million titles they have on the show?
Bro, Hologram is a spirit animal of Tony Khan. If Tony Khan was to come back as a pro wrestler, man, he would be under the hologram mask. That's basically what that is. You don't give a fuck about giving Hologram titles, man. He wants to be Hologram. Hologram is a childhood imaginary friend, bro, that he created and brought to real life on AEW television.
Or maybe he could just be Hologram along next to Hologram. What if we had 2 holograms?
Bro, listen, man, I'm not going to spoil Collision Corner, man. I saw the clip, man. I know where you're going with that. Fucking, this is so awful, bro. Guys, we'll talk about this horrendous Dynamite, this dreadful 2 hours of television. We got 2,500 people in here. Thank you so very much. You want to know why we got 2,500 people in here? Because this is the #1 AEW stream in the entire community, because we're going to give it to you like you deserve. No fluff, no bullshit. That's what you get every single week, man. You're not going to hear this shit on any other show. Thank you for joining us tonight. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys want to go follow Jesse on X at ChyTalentSmart, you can find his @ right on screen there. If you want to go hit that subscribe button over on his YouTube channel, he's back live. He was live tonight for Dynamite Reactions. Go and subscribe over there.
If you have not subscribed to me on Twitter, you probably missed out on the opportunity to join the first ever inaugural OTS Fantasy Football League.
Oh, boy.
I get with 11 others from the OTS family, all of them followers of mine on Twitter, and we formed a league. The draft is tomorrow morning, and maybe I'll do some updates on who's winning that league. So if you joined, let's get it. If not, this will not be the only one. We'll do another one next year.
There you go. I hope that's a successful venture, man. You got a long football season coming up, so hopefully you have fun with that. Life with Aaron says, please go on Vince Russo's show. If Vince requested me to be on the show, I'd be there. Absolutely. Tell him I said, let's do it. Make sure you guys go do that. Follow Jesse, Twitter, and YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. 750 likes for Collision Corner. Is Collision Corner sponsored by anybody tonight, Jesse?
Collision Corner is once again sponsored by Mr. David Rice, bruh.
There you go.
Big time contributor to the show and has some weird opinions about WWE versus AEW, but nonetheless, man, we have a lot of fun going back and forth, just talking pro wrestling, man. And D Rice is a huge supporter, man. Shout out to David Rice.
There you go. Thank you, David Rice. Collision Corner, 750 likes. We break right into it as soon as we hit that goal for Collision Corner. Super chats are open. I would greatly appreciate you guys getting your support, just like Mr. Premium coming in with a $50 mini bomb. And everybody else. We got Justin with a 20, Jay Barker with a 10, and you guys can get in on the fun. Super chat's the best way to support. Oh my goodness. We gotta stop the music here. We got a fucking bomb over here. Just as I mentioned the super chats. Dwayne Jackson with a $100 super chat. He says, JD Zaslav needs to come in and force TK out of head of creative. If I was Zaslav, TK would be out of creative. Zaslav doesn't want to say this publicly, but he's tired of losing money from the AEW investment. Yeah, we'll talk about that right at the top here. We're going to get Jesse's take on this in just a little bit. But thank you guys very much, man. Super chats are open. Dwayne Jackson, thank you. Mr. Premium, the rest of you guys, thank you. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. And tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Make sure you guys go and get your free sample courtesy of me and the podcast. It's BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. All right, before we get into the Dynamite post show here and break things down, I feel like we'll break into Collision Corner right after this because we are rapidly coming up to the goal. There was news today, Jesse, and I'm sure you heard of it. Major AEW All Out news, HBO pay-per-views finally happening. Time change for All Out. They moved it up several hours to not go head-to-head with WrestlePalooza on September 20th, which is WWE's brand new concept, brand new PLE happening in Indianapolis. This is coming from Fightful Select. I did an extra on it today, almost 30 minutes, giving my breakdown, thoughts, and opinions. If you guys want to go check that out, we hit 18,000 views in 4 hours. It's up to 23,000 as I speak here tonight. Thank you for the unbelievable support. And the videos during the day are fucking killing it. Thank you guys very much. The AEW pay-per-view and HBO Max era is officially here. AEW is confirmed to Fightful that All Out will air at 3 p.m. Eastern, up from the originally scheduled time of 8 p.m. WWE made heavy attempts to counter-program AEW as of late, running their WrestlePalooza show on the same night as they debut on ESPN. Sources say that Fightful spoke to in AEW said that the afternoon pay-per-view success of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view helped contribute to the decision, which had been discussed for weeks. We'll stop there. Now, Forbidden Door and Fightful, Jesse, saying, or I guess AEW telling Fightful that Forbidden Door helped contribute to the decision is basically their way of having Fightful get out something that is ultimately positive to spin the narrative in their direction. The only reason why, and we all know this, the only reason why they're moving the show up to 3 p.m. is so that they don't compete with WrestlePalooza, which starts at 7 p.m. Now, as far as a content creator goes, this is great for both of us because you could get to do a live stream. And then also, if you want, you can watch WrestlePalooza as well, making an all-day affair and do your thing on your channel. Me, you know, I could watch. I'm watching WrestlePalooza. I'm not watching All Out. I'll watch All Out on Saturday, and then I'll bleed into WrestlePalooza. But I'm going live with WrestlePalooza. I'll have mostly everything I need from All Out. And then you and I, potentially, if the schedules are worked out, we'll go live on Sunday. I'll go live on Saturday with WrestlePalooza. Sunday for All Out, me and you. But the only reason why they're moving this show up to 3 p.m. is because of WrestlePalooza. It doesn't have anything to do with the afternoon success of Forbidden Door. Now, I said on my video today that no matter what Tony Khan did as far as making a decision on changing the time, it was going to be looked at in a negative way. There was no way he was going to win. People were going to complain regardless. If he stayed, people would be like, well, why are you competing with WWE? Move it to 3 p.m. Don't counter-program them. Don't compete with their counter-program. Move it and fuck them and show them who's boss. And if he moved it, people are now labeling him a coward and he's weak and he should have just rested on his laurels and trusted his product going head-to-head with WWE. So no matter what the decision was, it was a losing effort from Tony Khan no matter what. Do I think he's weak and a coward? I don't think I'd necessarily use those terms at the end of the day. But if I was Tony Khan, I've said this time and time again, I would just rest on my laurels, trust your product, trust your roster, and don't give a single solitary fuck about what they're doing and just put on a great show. We all know at the end of the day that if you are a sicko, that you're watching AEW All Out. You're not going to watch or care about what happens in Indianapolis with WrestlePalooza. I don't think AEW is even going to lose a fucking viewer or any pay-per-view buys from All Out because people will be watching that show. Whoever's watching that show is going to watch that show. They're not going to defect over to the other show and see what's going on there. So I don't know why he ended up moving it. I think it's a mistake, in my opinion. How do you feel about the time change? Because I know a lot of people making a big deal about this.
Okay, well, you just hit me with a lot. So let's go back for a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be available to do a review on Sunday. Sunday is week 1 NFL kickoff. And that's going to be that for a lot of people too, bro.
That's I forgot about that. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll talk about that later. All right, so just let's stick to the topic here. We'll worry about the schedule later.
So, the time change. You know, you're right in the sense of the people who want to watch the show that they want to watch, they are going to watch that show. Now, there are people who are fence riders. There are people that will probably watch one over the other one if they were to both come on. I mean, if they were to both come on at the same time, there are some people who have to make that decision and they may not know or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, WWE going head to head with AEW in the pay-per-view, it's not gonna boost AEW's numbers at all. I mean, it's only going to bring them down. How much is the question? You understand what I'm saying? So to think that there's absolutely nobody who would watch WWE's pay-per-view instead of AEW's, it will be kind of ignorant to think that. There are some people who will now defect and watch the WWE product and not AEW's since they were going on head to head. Now, since they're staggered, fans, and I think this is the important thing here, fans are the winners here because now they have the opportunity to watch both shows if they should feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So I probably would have moved it to be honest with you. It's just not a pissing contest. This is WWE trying to bully out a smaller company. This is them pissing when AEW is just trying to be. I mean, everybody else is out there. Well, you got this match versus this match. You know, WrestlePalooza is putting on this match. You're going to counter this match with this match? Bro, I'm here to put on my show. The people and the podcasters, everybody else are pitting them against each other. You know what I'm saying? I'll move my show so that then the fans can watch both. But I'm not here trying to compete against WrestlePalooza because WWE wants to now make up new pay-per-views to counter everything that I fucking do. They are living life on the petty side. The thing that I don't understand is if WWE just fucking ignores AEW's programming, seemingly AEW will, take care of themselves. I mean, it's not like that they're burning the fucking house down. I mean, it's not a good product right now. It's just not a good product right now. I wish it was, but it's not. So I don't know why WWE is focused so hard on counter programming a show that's just not doing well right now. All they got to do is worry about themselves. And WWE is not putting on good shows right now.
No,
they should focus on themselves.
Yeah, the WWE. They're certainly luring this show up. So I did say this a week ago. I feel like AEW is maybe having WWE step up their game for one reason or another. I don't know if they found some extra motivation in competing with AEW. If that's the case, great, because all we want is a better WWE product. Do you think that AEW moved the show to 3 p.m. because they know that they don't have a solid creative product right now, and the interest is basically bottom of the barrel right now? Do you think if they had a stronger, more interesting show that they would maybe stay at 7 p.m. and compete with WrestlePalooza?
No, because for AEW right now, it's not about competing. It's about trying to maximize and get the most that you can out of your show. And if you move it earlier, chances are you'll get a better result than trying to go head to head. I don't care what kind of lineup they had. I don't care if they had MJF versus fucking Kenny Omega for the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They would have moved it because WWE put a show against them to go head to head. They want to maximize their profits for this show. That's why they moved it. I don't care if the shit was on fire. I don't care if they were blazing with storylines. I don't care if they still would have moved it because it's just not a good business move. WWE did it to literally be petty. And to be honest with you, bro, that is the reason why if they would have stayed head to head, I was picking AEW because I'm not going to participate in WWE's fucking pettiness. And I would have did the same thing. If there was a WWE scheduled pay-per-view already there, and then AEW came out of the woodwork and threw on another show to counter it, I'm not watching that show because I'm not going to participate in the fucking pettiness. I'm going to watch the original show that was planned and scheduled to go down on the day first. I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to watch this show. We're going to put on the show. Ooh, I'm going to go watch you instead. It's fucking petty.
Well, I tell you what, I commend you for making a decision like that because I feel, and you could do whatever you want. I will support you no matter what. But as far as business wise, I think that's a bad move.
Well, here's the thing. I sincerely don't understand the tribalism going on in this whole fucking community. I genuinely don't, because at the end of the day, if your company wins, then your favorite wrestler loses. If AEW goes out of business tomorrow and WWE wins the battle that they claim that they're not, in competition with, then the next time your favorite wrestlers' negotiation times come up for their contract, they're going to make less money. The product that you watch on TV is not going to be as competitive because they don't have any competition. You can refer back to when WCW went out of business and then WWE just kicked their fucking feet up and just put on a show and didn't care if the fans liked it or not. You're getting this. What is it going to be? And then when it was time for your favorite wrestler to renegotiate a deal, WWE was telling folks, hey, you can take it or fucking leave it. You don't like it? Go to New Japan. There's nothing else here. You know why WWE is pissed? Because there is another fucking billionaire out there paying wrestlers more money than what WWE wants to pay them. And if you can't tell by all of the fucking advertising, they are greedy fucks. They want every last single penny. They don't want AEW raising the market price for a wrestler anymore. That's why they want them out. They want to pay their talent less money, and they want to be lazier on creative. They don't have to compete with everyone. WrestlePalooza wouldn't exist if it wasn't for AEW. You're getting more content from WWE. You can thank AEW for that.
This is true. This is something that's been discussed over the weeks since this show was born out of fucking dust.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the move there, 3 p.m. Now, the other big news today was that HBO Max will stream the AEW pay-per-view events without ads. It's now official. They will be on Max. They will not be free. You will have to pay. With all the marketing and promotions of AEW pay-per-view events primarily centered on HBO Max, pre-orders for AEW All Out on HBO Max will launch this Friday, so you guys can pre-order it, pre-buy it, and be ready when September 20th rolls around at 3 p.m. That's happening Friday, September 5th, allowing U.S. HBO Max subscribers with supported devices to purchase the event for the exclusive price of $39.99. Fans streaming All Out on HBO Max can enjoy this event in HDR10 and Dolby Atmos, delivering stunning picture quality, says Fightful, an immersive arena-like sound that puts the fans at the center of the action. Purchase and access to pay-per-view content may vary by subscription provider. HBO Max users with base subscription and supported devices can log on to purchase the event, which will be highlighted throughout the app or found in search. Once a purchase is complete, subscribers can find the event under the My Purchases via the My Stuff page on HBO Max's menu. After the event, replays will be exclusively available for 6 months for purchasers. For more information, visit the app. Leading into All Out that Saturday, TNT and HBO Max will air AEW Saturday Tailgate Brawl All Out 2 p.m. It's a play on words there, but it's basically going to be a pre-show. 1 hour live show that will get fans' adrenaline pumping for the afternoon's main attraction. And then, September 17th, Wednesday, Dynamite and Collision will merge for a 3-hour block of Dynamite, 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Collision, which they are calling September to Remember, starting at 8 p.m., and that will last up until, I'm sure there'll be an overrun, 11 p.m. So that's happening on September 17th. Now, how do you feel about this, Jesse? Because I said this. It's almost as if the reason why, I know a lot of people wanted it to be free, and I'll give you the floor mostly, but this is all I'll say. A lot of people are looking for it to be free. It was never going to be free. AEW is not a profitable company. Don't listen to Meltzer. Don't listen to Sapp. Don't listen to any of these people pushing the narrative that AEW is a profitable company. They are not. I don't have any statistics behind that, but I could guarantee you they are not. They don't make any money in the United States. They go overseas internationally, and they sell out the O2, they sell out Wembley, or whatever the case may be, Forbidden Door, all these international shows, because that country, that market is starved for U.S.-based pro wrestling promotions. They get them maybe once or twice a year. They want it. They are thirsty for it. You could put a fucking shit sandwich in the ring, and they call it a 5-star match. Domestically, they don't sell any tickets. Their attendance is down. Their ratings are down. Their demos are down. They're running residencies left and right. 900 here in the ECW arena for 3 weeks straight. Cincinnati, Chicago, at the Aragon Ballroom. If everything was so great, then they wouldn't be running residencies in these small fucking bingo halls that look awful. It doesn't look like the second biggest promotion in the United States. The only revenue stream that Tony Khan has every month is the pay-per-view business. He's never going to let that go. So for $50, I was paying for it through Verizon, my basic cable package that I have. I got the premium package. I get all the channels, But $50 per pop for all these shows. That's 9 times a year. Remember, Jesse, when we were starting out doing Dynamite coverage, AEW coverage, there was 4 pay-per-views per year, bro. $50 about $200 a year. Now it's up to 9. Tony Khan's never going to let that go. So a $10 discount on top of the fees that you have to pay to subscribe to Max is just like everything else that you've already been doing. The basic tier for Max is $9.99. You factor that in with the $40 price tag now for All Out, which is a $10 discount from the $50. You're basically doing the same thing you were doing before this announcement even happened today. The standard tier is $16.99. If you're the standard tier and you got to pay for All Out and you want all the perks that come with it, with the Dolby Atmos and the HDR10 and the sound quality and the picture quality, you're going to be in the hole more than what you were doing before. And if you're on the tier 3, which is the most expensive package for HBO Max, it's $21. So you're even going to be more in the hole. So I don't know why anybody thought that this would be free when this is their only source of revenue. In fact, I honestly think this is a slap in the face for the fans, and I think this is a fail of an announcement. Now, what they should have done is really put the fans first and put the fans in their mind first and foremost. They should have did at least 30. The absolute lowest I would have went is 25. That's the sweet spot, in my opinion. $25 for these shows. That would have been a great discount. Or if they really wanted to shove it in WWE's face and really fucking slap them around for the first time in this counter-programming war, I would have done AEW All Out for free and just give them a nice taste of what we can do on pay-per-view, because this is their bread and butter. This is what they do better than anybody, is the pay-per-view business. Their pay-per-views largely are fucking banger shows. Give it away for free and show everybody what AEW is. Give it away for free and show everybody what you're missing with AEW. That would generate a huge buzz, huge interest, and you may even create thousands of new fans based on what you do that night with opening it up to so many people that don't have access to it already. But they'll never do that because that is $100,000 buys, 150,000 buys down the drain. And Tony can't give that up at all. And the last thing I'll say here is it really goes to show you that Tony and AEW cannot sell their most lucrative assets to HBO and Warner Brothers Discovery. If Warner Brothers did not want to renegotiate their contract to include pay-per-views on Max, which should have been the case, the standard tier, $16.99, and the elite tier, the most expensive one, all the pay-per-views should have been included on those tiers, just like it was for Peacock. I don't know why they didn't do that. But AEW's failure to sell their biggest asset, which is their pay-per-view to Time Warner and Warner Brothers Discovery, is a huge red flag about what Warner thinks of the AEW product, that they don't want to give it that time of day. And if Warner's not interested in giving AEW that type of time, who else is going to be able to do that? Who else is going to want to do that? I don't think anybody's going to want to do that. I think AEW is a failing company right now, bro. And a lot of blowback from this, a lot of what HBO Max did not do for them, they're basically giving them a home with no fucking care in the world. I honestly think this is a huge fail for AEW, man. What do you think of this shit?
That's all you got to say about it?
That's all I got to say, bro.
I mean, that's nothing more?
Nothing more. I'm done. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, all right. It is hard to be in AEW's financials without being in AEW's financials. You know, it is hard to say, well, you should have did this and this would have been better. And if we knew what this would entail on the back end financially, we might be singing a different tune. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, the fans don't want to pay $50 for pay-per-views anymore. That model is outdated because the WWE Network has set the standard. When WWE Network came about and we stopped buying pay-per-views, that's when fans no longer wanted to buy fucking wrestling pay-per-views anymore. Now, AEW came along and they reintroduced the traditional pay-per-view model, and that's what they've been working with since 2019. And now here we are, and 2025, and now we're looking at they're on a network, or they're on a streaming service now with their pay-per-views, and we still have to pay for them. I don't think this deal that was struck today, I don't think this deal is for people who don't already have HBO Max. If you already have HBO Max, I don't think this deal is in place to say, hey, if you haven't already, go sign up for HBO Max, so then you can pay this amount for the pay-per-view, because financially that makes no sense. That makes no sense. I think this deal is in place for the people who are already paying for HBO Max, and now the next time that they want to get the pay-per-view, it will cost them a little bit less than what it has been costing them by going through other traditional methods in the past. All right. Apparently, AEW is not in a position to give away their pay-per-views because, like you just said, it is a big source of their revenue right now. You know, WWE has had like 30 years of experience and goodwill with networks and shit like that to implement models where they don't charge people for pay-per-views anymore, things like that. Clearly, AEW is not WWE, and I think the fans need to get that shit straight quickly, because they're gonna be let down the more they keep thinking that they are. They're not WWE. WWE is a goddamn juggernaut, and compared to WWE, AEW is nowhere near where WWE is in terms of negotiating with networks, negotiating with streaming platforms and shit like that. It's just not the fucking same. It's just not the same. So if you don't have HBO Max, don't sign up for HBO Max to buy pay-per-views going forward. That's not the way to go. If you already have HBO Max and now you buy it through them, great. You'll save a few bucks here and there. I think what AEW wants to do is try to show HBO Max that, hey, we do have some subscribers that we could bring into your network. Let's see what we can do and everything like that. I wish the shit was free. I'm used to the shit being free. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, but what you said is absolutely factual. But don't you think that their first thing, their first order of business, something that should be a top priority, is to fucking grow? Why are you pigeonholing just everybody that may want to be introduced to the AEW product, but keeping it just selective to the HBO Max subscribers, and it's just for that? Shouldn't you want to open it up to everybody to grow your fucking company, to get more new fans and more people in on what you're doing?
Is that the only way to get the pay-per-view, is through HBO Max? You can't get it through other traditional methods?
You could get it through traditional cable providers, and still they're still with Amazon, and I believe Trillo TV internationally, where you could use a VPN.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they can still get it that way. Look, I'm with you. I wish it was free. I wish that it was free and included, or maybe a part of a higher tier package or something. You know, I would have loved if that was the case. Now I'm of the belief that it's not the case because it was just not financially viable, and not because he wants to be a greedy fuck and not do it. If I was of the belief that he just wants to be a greedy fuck and not give it to the fans for free, then I would be shitting all over it. But the fact that it's not free, I'm of the belief that it was just not able to be done. Financially, they just couldn't fucking do it. From what I'm guessing, I have read nothing to confirm that or deny it, but I'm assuming that it was just financially unavailable to do. I don't know if it's them not selling the product or HBO Max not buying, but AEW going to HBO Max is nowhere near the stratosphere of WWE, say, going to Peacock. WWE going to Peacock is fucking massive. People signed up for Peacock just for WWE, and it was worth it. It was fucking worth it because the WrestleMania alone was worth it. But again, they're not WWE. They don't have the audience that WWE. They don't have the reach that WWE does. They don't have anything that WWE does. So it kind of sucks, and it's kind of not fair to say, well, WWE does this, why aren't you doing it? Because I'm not WWE. I don't make WWE money. I have been here a fraction of the time compared to WWE. I don't have the connections. I don't have any of that shit. I'm on my own, trying to go up against a publicly traded company who is being petty and counter-programming everything that I do, and then try to turn the fans against us and everything else. It is not as simple as, well, they do it, so you should do it. How does the deal come off to me? A little bit of a disappointment. I'm disappointed. I wish it was free, or like you said, even much cheaper, but I'm guessing that it was just not financially viable, because if they could have, I think they would have at this point, because that's what everybody was expecting. Maybe that's why it took so long to get this deal rolled out, because he was so busy trying to make it work, make it make sense to have free pay-per-views on a network, or it just couldn't be done, or HBO Max wouldn't go for it. Whatever the case may be, I'm of the belief he fucking tried, but it was just not financially doable. So he said, fuck it, this is what it is. And yes, if you don't have HBO Max, don't fucking start buying it now just to get pay-per-views. It's not worth it. But if you already have it, you can save a couple of bucks when you buy it through there.
I just don't think AEW is a lucrative property for Warner Brothers. In fact, you do the math just based off 100,000 views, because AEW generates anywhere between 100,000, maybe 125, 150,000, depending on the show, buys on pay-per-view times $50 a pop. You're looking at $500,000, and then you times that by 9 times, which they had 9 pay-per-views per year. You're looking at $45 million. If Warner Brothers Discovery is not up to giving Tony Khan the amount of money it would take to get these shows into the fucking fan base for the same type of money and the price tag that Peacock was charging its subscribers for WWE, I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't. If they thought AEW was such a great product, a lucrative product, they would back them up in any which way that they can. They don't want to give them the money. They don't want to give them that platform. It's fucking sad. Now you look at it, ESPN, the DTC service, you're getting WWE pay-per-views PLE cheaper on ESPN than you are getting AEW pay-per-views, now on basic cable providers and through HBO Max.
And by the way, pause right there. All that shit people are talking about, if you have ESPN, you get the WWE pay-per-views. That's bullshit. That's horseshit. You got to have their plus package. You got to pay more. It is not included with all ESPN packages. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I gotta still set that up. I don't even know if I'm ready to go with that. But regardless, I'm gonna end up getting it because I gotta do work. So
yeah, get it. Yeah.
So to me, it's just a fail. It's so tone deaf, and you are correct. The pay-per-view model is fucking absolutely outdated. The UFC pay-per-views are integrated into the ESPN thing, or on Paramount rather. They're on Paramount now. $7 billion. You get ESPN pay-per-views just by signing up to Paramount. Whatever the fucking cost is over there, $20 a month. You get an ESPN and everything that comes with it. It's ridiculous, man.
Bro, UFC, that's like saying, well, why doesn't Bellator do that? Because UFC is doing it. Bellator does not make UFC money, and AEW does not make WWE money. You're comparing juggernauts to smaller companies. It's not going to be the same thing. That's not how economics work, bro.
AEW's not making Warner Brothers Discovery any money either.
I don't know that. I don't know.
Fucking fact of the matter, I don't think they're making. They're not a lucrative company, bro. All the numbers that get thrown around on social media, 500,000 on Max, bro. I guarantee you they don't even do 20,000 viewers on Max weekly for this show, for Dynamite. They gave numbers here at the end of this press release about Dynamite and the demos and Grand Slam Mexico and Collision and all this other shit. They did not once mention the HBO Max numbers. And if they did, or if the numbers were good, they would have absolutely mentioned them in this press release. The reason why they didn't mention them is because they're not good enough to mention. So all the numbers that you hear are all fabricated. But this is a fail, in my honest opinion, for pro wrestling fans. And like Jesse said, they are just pigeonholing everybody else. And they're just keeping the Max subscribers happy. And everybody else, you're shit out of luck. So it's either going to cost you the same because you're not subscribed, or it's going to cost you more because you are subscribed, and it's cheaper to get the PLEs or the pay-per-views here on Max. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think we got somewhere to go, bro. We got a corner to go sit in, I think.
Oh my God, we blew that away. Look at this. Mm-hmm. I have to get prepared, bro. I don't know when I'm leaving my desk to go to a different part of the room. Why did it do that? Okay, there we go. Now let's move you over here. And bro, we have somewhere to be, and it is called... God damn it, where is... Oh, where is it? Collision Corner!
There he is! Oh, man!
Oh,
Look at him!
Man! I gotta get a new Collision Corner graphic, bro. This week's Collision Corner is brought to you by David Rice, aka D Rice, is always in the house. Thank you so much for the support. Let's get into it. Danny Garcia versus Blake Christian.
Wow. Exhilarating stuff there, bro.
Just kick off the show, bro. That's nothing. Just start collision. Danny Garcia, Blake Christian.
Vanilla Baby get more time than Wardlow, huh?
Whoa. They did not call him Vanilla Baby.
Really?
I was waiting for you
Is he?
to call him out of his name. His name is Blake Christian. Now, he was wearing Vanilla Baby tights.
Maybe he wants a different flavor of ice cream, bro. Maybe strawberry vanilla. Maybe vanilla chocolate.
He's the Vanilla Baby, not the Strawberry Baby. God damn it. All right. AKA Vanilla Baby with my boy, Big Shotty Lee Johnson. Whenever I get a chance to shout out my boy, Big Shotty, I will. Hey, right before the match begins, Jon Moxley comes out and he whispers something in Danny Garcia's ear. You know, right before the bell rings, he comes out, gets on the ring apron, goes to Danny Garcia, starts whispering something in his ear, talking to him. And the first Garcia is just kind of like, what the fuck you doing? Then he's listening. Then he's looking over at Vanilla Baby and kind of like, okay, all right. Then Mox leaves, takes off, the match happens. All right. Garcia wins in 5 minutes. Okay. Shivani comes to the ring, asked him about what Moxie said to him, and Garcia said he doesn't want to talk about that, but then instead challenges Jon Moxley to a match next week.
Bro, I have inside sources that have filled me in on what Moxley said to Danny Garcia. He said, and I quote, "Yo, Danny boy,
Oh boy.
this show sucks, bro. I don't believe we have to work Saturday night in this fucking dump called the ECW arena, bro. You want to go out and grab a couple beers after the match is over?"
He came out of that wanting a match with the guy. He was kind of like, good advice. Good catch. Okay.
Yo,
Cool.
Ishii's in the Uber, bro, waiting for us. Let's go grab a couple of goalies.
Oh my God, bro. Nonetheless, he wants to challenge Moxley next week. So Death Riders have been courting Danny Garcia, and all of a sudden, he wants a match.
They want Danny Garcia, the Death Riders, man. They want to make them worse than what they were.
They want to make them bigger than the Don Callis family, bro.
Sure.
Speaking of the Don Callis family, we get Kyle Fletcher versus Josh Alexander. I'm sorry. Kyle Fletcher and Josh Alexander versus Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh.
Who left the door open? Who left the forbidden?
Bro, that forbidden door, man. I'm getting a draft from that forbidden door, bro. Where's the lock on that motherfucker?
Who keeps leaving the forbidden door open? Ishii came strolling through it. You won't believe this one, bro. You won't believe this one.
Does he have an AEW contract?
I don't know. But this is big. You gotta pause the music for this one. This is huge. This is huge.
Do I need to go somewhere else?
Nope. Oh God, no! Please, no! Don't do that. Josh Alexander got the pin
Again? 2 shows in a row?
bro.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
Who keeps saying he's buried? Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, ladies and gentlemen, the walking weapon.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
In Tomohiro Ishii. Back at it. Here we go. Jamie Hayter and Tekla are in the backstage beating the absolute piss out of each other.
Raggy?
Oh, she's still dressed like the that has not changed. That has not changed. And that was just that. They're beating the crap out of each other. We gotta go. Jay Lethal versus Hologram.
Whoa. Jay Lethal, bro.
Jay Lethal versus
There is no way, man.
Hologram. Saturday night, bro. Jay Lethal versus Hologram.
That's crazy.
Yo. Hologram is 30-0. Hey, why are we in Lucha Lane? This is not a Lucha Lane. This is one luchador.
Bro, Hologram is the luchador of luchadors, bro. He deserves the treatment.
Let's see. The Graham wins in 10 minutes, clean.
Wow. Cool.
With the portal bomb.
The who?
The portal. There we go.
The porta potty.
The porta potty bomb. Now, since we can all agree that the hologram is the single greatest concept in the history of pro wrestling,
Greater than the Undertaker, I heard, bro.
greater, way better, then let's do it again. So you played Lucha Lane music. There's only one luchador. No. We're gonna do it again. We're getting a second hologram.
What?
We're getting a second hologram. They showed a video package. The lights cut out. The lights dimmed. Here, just let me. There we go. The lights dimmed. Hold on. The lights all went out, right? And then we got like a little package that showed that we're getting a hologram clone.
I'm thoroughly confused, bro. Who cloned hologram and why? Did they give any explanation to this?
How in the fuck do you expect me to know that?
Who came up with this? Is this Tony Khan working his creative magic over here?
Who came up with the original hologram?
Tony Khan?
Then who do you think came up with the clone?
Who is under the mask is what I want to know.
Okay, now follow the breadcrumbs here. Who's Vince McMahon's greatest character invention?
The Undertaker.
Have we ever had a second Undertaker?
We did. It was Bryan Adams.
Who is Tony Khan's greatest creation?
Hologram. Bro, has Leslie Nielsen found Hologram Part 2?
Here we go, bro.
This is SummerSlam 94 all over again.
Here we go, bro.
Bro, I tell you what, spoiler, man. I got inside sources, man. Evil Hologram is actually JD Graham.
Oh my God. You sure it's not just like Sin Cara? I mean,
bro, this is fucking awful. I don't know. I don't understand how you watch this on Labor Day weekend, bro.
This is because my family went to Indiana for the weekend and I was home by myself.
They left you with Evil Hologram, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God, man. Does he have a name? Is he Hologram 2.0? What's his name?
So we get Alex Windsor versus Ashley Vox.
Who?
90 seconds later, Windsor goes for the sharpshooter.
I so want to say something. I so want to say something else, but I feel like I get canceled.
Nope. Windsor goes for the sharpshooter. All right. Let me get through my shit. I pause for your comments. Let me get through my shit. 90 seconds later, Windsor goes for the sharpshooter, and Vox starts tapping out before the move is even fully applied. She's already tapping out before the sharpshooter is secured.
Am I supposed to be shocked and surprised by this?
Probably not, to be honest with you. FTR versus JD Drake and Adam Priest.
Damian Priest?
Nah, not that. No. Where's Damian Priest? Well, I don't watch SmackDown, so I don't know.
Is this Damian Priest's little brother?
Probably not. Not this guy. No. FTR won in 10 minutes. This match had a commercial break, and no joke, not even gonna lie, straight up right hand to God, I fell asleep on this match. Completely fell. I had to get up, wake myself up, and go walk around and go get some caffeine.
Well, I mean, with somebody with the name of Adam Priest, bro, it sounds like you need a fucking church sermon to stay awake here.
FTR versus JD Drake and Adam Priest.
The fake JD, by the way.
Look, bro, FTR is really good at what they do. They are.
Are they?
Dax is a piece of shit, but still, that doesn't change that they're good at what they do. Let's be real, though. They are not the most exciting wrestlers to watch in the ring.
Well, neither is Adam Priest.
Right. So pair them with JD Drake and Adam Priest. Can you imagine how boring this match was, bro?
Bro, who the fuck is Adam Priest, bro? Who is he?
No clue. No clue. But up next, I got the best thing on the show, and it's not even the main event, bro. Next up, we have a progress report on Juice Robinson's beard. It is officially at 30%. 30% is the official completion rate of Juice Robinson's beard.
Now, did he tell you this on Collision, or are you just making up numbers here?
No, I'm making up. I had a scale and I measured, bro. These are scientific numbers, bro.
Okay, I trust you.
Don't question my methods, all right? All right. I see 30% completion in that beard. We're almost there. We're almost there, bro. Big Bill versus Juice Robinson. Big Bill wins. But see, Big Bill won because the beard was only at 30% completion.
Well, I thought that Big Bill I thought Big Bill lost. Big Bill lost, you said, right?
Oh, Big Bill won.
Oh, Big Bill won. I guess he's still studying on the learning tree then. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, 30% though, man. He was probably at 31% at the end of that match, though.
That's great. That's crazy. Sounds like Big Bill is taking remote classes from the learning tree, bro. He's not even sitting actually under the learning tree. He's taking fucking classes via Zoom.
Getting there. By the way, I do love William Morrissey. I love Big Bill.
We love him. He's from Queens. Gotta love him.
Yes, I think his comeback story is amazing, and he's a good guy. So, shout out to Big Bill.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Main event.
Finally.
Bro, you would never guess what kind of trios match. It's an all-star trios match.
Oh, man. Was there any fictional monies on the line, bro? It's the kicker here.
No. Those are special treats. No. Those are special circumstances.
You mean this match wasn't for a Starbucks gift card for $50, man? Pumpkin spice lattes are back in season, bro. You got to go.
Nope. We get Tony Storm versus Tony Storm and Mina and Queen Amanada.
Ooh.
Look at that. Some nice little eye candy right there, bro. Looks like before, medium, and after. Versus Billy Starks and two sides of the Triangle of Madness. You know, we got Julia and Sky. All right. Mina pins Billy Starks for the win. And of course, there's a post-match beatdown brawl because it's a women's match. All women's matches have to end in post-match shenanigans. Tekla comes out to help form the official triangle. No Jamie Hayter, though.
What is that? What is that? The fake Power Rangers, bro? What is that?
We gotta form the Triangle of Madness, bro. No, I think if you do this, I think that you like some kind of like weird fucking Mason or some shit. I don't know, but it's the fucking triangle, man. Whatever, bro.
Autobots, roll out.
Bro, this show sucks, man. I'm sorry, man. This is fucking awful.
Tekla came out, beat the shit out of everybody. She cleared the fucking ring. She's murdered everybody. No Jamie Hayter, the one that she was in a fist fight with backstage all night. Why? Who gives a shit? Ladies and gentlemen, that is this week's edition of Collision Corner. And yes, I still watch Collision, so you don't have to.
This show is awful. Tekla, Jesse. We love Tekla.
Love Tekla.
Don't know what she's doing over there, bro.
Love Tekla. Well, I would love to hear what she has to say. That'd be great.
If I could look at Tekla, I mean that's all I need, really.
Does she know words?
I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Nobody taught her words. That's messed up.
Let's get through this here, man. Dynamite kicks off. Gabe Kidd, which I'm sure is a ratings draw like no other, man. Gabe Kidd starts the show. He's walking down the aisle and said this dump isn't big enough for Darby Allin to hide in the rafters. And right on cue, we see Darby Allin just come out of nowhere from behind. So we got what happened?
What did he come from?
I don't know where he came from. I don't know. There's really no place to hide, man. There's 900 fucking people here.
Yeah.
So he fights with Gabe Kidd in the aisleway, corner steel buckle, had his face rammed into it by Darby Allin. Allin climbed the ropes. Kid swept out his legs. Allin crashed hard, ribs first, into the steel. Gabe Kidd then was sent into the barricade, but spun back into a hard lariat to plant Allin on the floor. Kidd started talking shit here with fans, giving Allin time to the coffin drop to the outside as he jumped off the top rope to Gabe Kidd on the outside. He then tried a corner splash. Gabe Kidd sank in a rear naked choke. Allin raked the eyes. All of a sudden, Wheeler Useless appears and was decked off the apron. Allin laid him out he laid out Kidd rather with a springboard coffin splash. Allin grabbed his skateboard covered in thumbtacks. As Yuta tried to cut him off, Allin hit a big move off the second rope with the tacks going into Yuta's back with the skateboard. And they did a close-up shot of thumbtacks sticking into Yuta's skin right there in the ring. Jon Moxley and Claudio with Marina Shafir, they casually stroll out to ringside here. But before they can do anything, the lights went out. And oh man, we got
Batman coming in from Gotham.
Batman here, man. Hook, he's there. The Hook symbol appears with this awful music playing, bro. I don't know what the fuck I was listening to. Same music as last week. You think they would change it because people complained about it? I don't know. So bad. Hook so bad. This fucking music is terrible. Hook started walking to the ring when all of a sudden the Ops, they come on out. They run past Hook, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs. They rush by him, and the brawl is on with the Death Riders. It almost acts as if we never got All In, bro. We're just back to doing what we did before All In. So we got Willow Nightingale out there. She's brawling with Marina. The Ops are brawling with the Death Riders. Hook is getting in on the brawl here. Kidd and Allin fought backstage. Kidd is choking Allin out, screaming he wanted to see him unconscious. Gabe Kidd swung a hammer and wildly missed time and time again as Allin retreats to the back of a pickup truck in the distance, and he starts to throw powder in Gabe Kidd's eyes. And then he chokes him out with a rag that had like chloroform on her or something. But he knocked him out with this chemical. He suffocated him, and then he put him in a body bag. And the body bag apparently was tied to the back of a pickup truck. He zipped it up. Taz is calling Gabe Kidd Body Bag Jones. I chuckled. As Allin drove off, bro, with Gabe Kidd in the body bag, dragging Gabe Kidd in the body bag down the road as he left the area. And that was basically the way we opened up Dynamite, man. I asked myself, what the fuck am I watching here?
What the hell just happened?
What is this? Like, what does this matter to anybody, man? This is, listen, I appreciate the effort to start the show off a little different than what we usually see, man. Usually we go right into a 20-minute banger, but they tried to sell this and build Allin and Mox. I don't know what Allen's got to do here, man. Apparently he's got backup and Hook, so he's got at least one friend out there. I feel like we're getting more Death Riders than we did before, bro. It's not even entertaining. None of these characters are captivating or interesting enough for me to care. And I know that AEW is right now without top baby faces, man. Maybe Darby could fit into that slot. We got Eddie Kingston hopefully coming back very soon. So they got some returns coming amidst all the big names that are out right now. But do you find any of this interesting, man? It's just, to me, it just exists. It's just there, and I don't care at all.
I'm not gonna lie. I do not, man. I don't. I want to, but I just don't. You know, I'm enjoying Darby Allin. I think he is their next top babyface star. But I'm just not interested in what he's doing with Moxley and the Death Riders right now. I mean, it's at this point, it's becoming predictable. He hides somewhere. He comes out of the blue. He's in the rafters. He's this weird enigma. I mean, just, I guess, have some wrestling matches with him for a little bit. Let's try that to change things up.
I don't want to cut you off, bro. Wraith in the chat. You're getting your story and you're still complaining. What story? There's no fucking dialogue. I don't know what show you watch where there's story development, but when I watch a drama or a scripted program, there's usually dialogue that follows. We got nothing here. It's the same beatdown group gang mentality that we've been seeing for 10 months now. It's garbage. There's no story here. What's the story? Darby got thrown down a flight of staircase. He wants his revenge. Now Moxley lost the title. He's going to take everything from Moxley. What has he got that he wants? The one thing that he should have wanted, he lost at All In. What's the fucking story? He went away for 4 months to climb a fucking mountain. Now he's back. Gee, man, let me get all excited. What are you, mental? Words. I need words. We got nothing here. And who the fuck gives a fuck about Gabe Kidd? New Japan guy that nobody gives a fuck about here in America. Yeah, let me get excited about Gabe Kidd versus Darby Allin. What are we doing here, bro?
The story, the little story that they give us, it's boring. It's boring and nonsensical. You can pretty much wrap up any and every storyline they're giving us right now in AEW as either A, boring, or B, nonsensical. You know, I mean, and that's sad. You know, there's not one main. You know, a lot of times you'll take your main event storyline and focus all your efforts on that, and the other storylines can kind of fall to the wayside. But the main event story is what's supposed to keep you. You start your show off where you address it, and then you thread it throughout the show, and you come back and visit it at the end of the show. And you can get by with just nailing your main event storyline, and everything else can fall to the wayside. What is the big main event storyline in AEW right now?
Gabe Kidd's a badass, he says. Yeah, I missed the part where they explain why Gabe Kidd is even aligned with the Death Riders. What's the story there? Was there an explanation? Was there a dialogue? Was there a promo? Gee, I might have missed that. You want to know? You want to know why we missed it? Because it never fucking happened.
There is no big main event storyline.
When you can tell me what the reason why the Death Riders exists and what their story is from fucking going back to last October, I'd love for you to tell me. They didn't even fucking have a reason as to why they existed. They just existed on television, holding the title hostage in a fucking briefcase. What's the story? Now we're going to overtake AEW.
Hangman Adam Page is the world champion. So what is his big overall main event storyline? What is he doing?
What is he doing? He's mingling with the fucking Don Callis family, trying to figure out who to defend the title against.
Who's gonna be the next child? That's the story. Trying to figure out who the next number one contender is. That's the main event story.
Ah, Don Callis wants the world title in the Don Callis family because he thinks he deserves it. That's a story?
That's the story. That's how come. What about that is gonna make you tune in every week? I gotta find out if Don Callis is gonna get that title match that he wants. I mean, what is? Oh,
don't worry. I got a segment for everybody when we get to the Adam Page match. I got ChatGPT to write me the world title program between MJF and Adam Page. Wait till you see this one.
Oh boy. Yeah, where is MJF?
He's fucking in his palatial estate on Long Island. Wants to be in the ECW arena. Fuck out of here. Gotta walk amongst these fucking degenerates. Get the fuck out of here, man. He's too good for this fucking dump. Anyway, Gabe Kidd is a nobody, bro. He's a nobody here in the States. He might be a fucking war dog in Japan. Nobody gives a fuck about him here. Who cares about him? The fucking 300,000 people that watch this shit? Nobody cares. No bald-headed guy that looks like Moxley and is tough. Yeah, let's put him in the Death Riders. Mercedes.
There we go. Let's roll.
Yeah, Mercedes. Alex Windsor, she defended the TBS title. She did not walk out with all her titles, Jesse. In fact, they were all waiting for her in the ring as they were draped over the top rope.
Awesome. It's great.
Fantastic.
That is so compelling. I want to tune in next week to see how she gets her titles to the ring.
Well, maybe she was afraid they'd get stolen in the fucking degeneracy of the ECW arena. Who knows?
Nobody wants those fucking titles, man.
Nobody. The fucking the cat hair on my fucking Alter Bridge hoodie's worth more than those fucking titles. Anyway,
the only title she's carrying around that I might actually give a shit about is the Owen Hart title, and that's because it's Owen Hart's goddamn title.
It's not even a recognized fucking belt. She's just carrying it around because it looks good.
Yep, that's it.
Anyway, we'll pick it up at the end here. We got Windsor and Mone in the ring. Mone tried for a Mone maker. Windsor hit a headbutt, avoided a big made in Japan here for a close two. We got a This Is Awesome chant from the 900 or so in Philly. They both go up in the corner. Mone hit a big iconoclasm into a statement maker. Windsor got fingers on the ropes. And then Mercedes did that signature thing where she kicks off the bottom rope and she centers back into the ring with the Mone maker. They repeated the spot. Windsor went back for a sharpshooter, which she does poorly, by the way. I don't think we should be doing the sharpshooter if you're going to make it look that bad. Only this time, Mone counted into a roll-up, flash pin, and she retains the TBS title. Thanks for coming, Alex Windsor. Maybe she could go away and fly like the wind. Post-match, Mone talked shit to Windsor, who wanted a handshake. You haven't learned anything being here for 2 months, have you, huh? Offered a handshake. Mone gave her a finger, told her to fuck off. Windsor was having none of it. She tried a sharpshooter again, and she got blasted in the face with the TBS title. Mone applied a statement maker until we hear Rio comes out.
Rio!
Arriba! Rio comes out. And she hits a big move off the top rope, double stomps, and Mone running away. And Rio grabbed the TBS title and teased she's coming back for the title. Thanks for coming. Where the fuck has she been? Where's she been? Where's she been, Jesse? Any clues?
She didn't cut a promo? No.
Who?
No.
Riho cut a promo.
She didn't cut a detailed promo explaining her absence and how she deserves a world title. No?
Nah. Promo time in ring on AEW television, not named MJF? Come on, bro.
Okay, I could have swore she cut a big time promo. Because you know when people come back, they always cut promos and explain their absence, right?
Yeah,
No?
sure. Yeah, in a business on a show that actually has creative writers, bro.
No? What about Wardlow's promo, right?
I don't know. Maybe he fell asleep and missed the call time, bro, in the hotel room. I don't know.
Maybe he's hanging out with MJF.
Maybe he is. That's where he should be anyway. Mone wins. She retained over Alex Windsor, and Mercedes is on one of the worst runs creatively in her entire career. No more than what we already stated. Nothing needs to be said. Renee. She was backstage with Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh, man, we got a backstage promo here. Holy shit. Asking them where Hook stands with the Ops. One of the things I know, it's crazy, but it's one of the things that should have happened last week on the show.
That should have happened a long time ago.
Which Joe said he'd like to know as well. Hook walks in and said he didn't need either of them fighting for him. He'll fight his own battles. Hook said they replaced him in the Ops before his body even got cold. Just like this show. He thought that was different, or he was different than that. Hobbs says he always had his back, no matter what. And Joe said, you know what, Hook, you're right. It was because opportunity came calling. He said, it's what the Ops does. They take opportunities. Hook wasn't ready, and Hobbs stepped up. They didn't come out to help Hook tonight in battling the Death Riders. They have their own business to handle. Hook has every right to be upset, but Joe made the call. And Hook needs to realize that at some point he'll need their help. And they'll still have his back, whether he wants to accept it or not. Now, I don't know how Hook feels, but at least we got some fucking explanation, bro. It might not be a suitable explanation, but Samoa Joe tried his best. We got some dialogue here, and after last week, I don't think we can complain. Should have happened last week, but we got something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the wins where I can. I mean, this is a long time, to come, but it's fine. They finally addressed it. We don't know where it goes from here, but this is the part where we wait and see what the next development would be of that story. So, but Hook should have been addressed this whole op situation. I don't know what has happened, but whatever. Here we are. We got some kind of reasoning behind it. And we'll see what happens going forward. Does he accept their reasoning? Does he accept their help? We'll see what happens going forward. That's where we are with Hook. Fine. I'll take it, whatever.
Well, Darby Allin's going to need some backup, and that may come in the form of Hook and possibly Eddie Kingston to come. So we'll see what happens there. Ricochet. Another thing that we should have got an explanation for last week as to why he cost the Hurt Syndicate the tag team titles after having nothing to do with them for the last 8 months. Ricochet said his problems with the Hurt Syndicate predate well before AEW. Now, I don't remember, chat. Can someone fill me in? Was there anything with Ricochet and Bobby Lashley in WWE that we should be aware of as to why he says they predate AEW? His issue is for them. It's business, while for them it's personal. The Hurt Syndicate have relied on their past accomplishments as Toro Leone explodes and cuts a promo here saying it's all they have left is their past accomplishments. Ricochet and GOA are the ones who ended their title reign, and their legacy is next. Ricochet, unlike the Hurt Syndicate, says they're not washed up. The future is ahead of them. Ricochet demands for them to be in a match in Toronto, 3-on-3. It'll be MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin against the GOA and Ricochet at All Out. And they says they will stand above all three of them in Toronto. You know, whereas we got some explanation in the last segment, Jesse, with Hook and Samoa Joe and the Ops, we got zero explanation here. They didn't even fucking try to make sense of what happened here, man. Little explanation here outside of he says their problems predate AEW, which he didn't go into detail with. So, no explanation from good old Ricochet here.
I get Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley on Raw in 2020.
Wow. 5 years ago.
Ricochet dug up some beef he had against Lashley from a random match on Monday Night Raw 5 years ago.
They faced in 2020 and 2021, says Richard Parker. Yeah, Jesse just looked it up on Cage Match. I don't remember. I mean, that was during pandemic era, man. Who gives a fuck about that? I don't understand it. You know, I watched a clip. There was something that someone posted on Twitter the other day, and it was the Royal Rumble in which Drew McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar. You know who low-blowed Brock Lesnar, bro, before McIntyre delivered the Claymore to eliminate Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble that year?
The Ricochet?
It was Ricochet. I said to myself, I don't remember him being in that spot, but I watched, and I said, it's probably his most crowning achievement in the last 5 years. Is that fucking spot by low-blowing Brock Lesnar.
Yep. So now they got to get Brock Lesnar over here in AEW so that Ricochet can then get his payback, I guess. I mean,
I don't know. I don't care to see MVP wrestle in AEW, and I just don't care about this because there's no explanation for me to care. There's no story for me to care. You took 8 months off of Ricochet doing something else and doing nothing with the Hurt Business. So why are you expecting me or Jesse or anybody else to care about this feud? A nothing match, a throwaway match in Toronto, and that's all it is. Thanks for coming. Mark Briscoe, he wants answers from Don Callis. Mark Briscoe came to the ring for promo time here. Says this building is where he and his brother fell in love with pro wrestling. And it's been guns blazing ever since. 2025, Briscoe's focus is on Kyle Fletcher in the TNT title. And unfortunately, meant he had to have a conversation with Don Callis. You know, seemingly, Jesse, I thought Briscoe's problem stemmed with MJF. Now, all of a sudden, he's got problems with Kyle Fletcher manufactured out of nowhere, bro. What happened there?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, MJF wasn't here tonight, so...
So we got a imaginary come up with something for Fletcher and Briscoe where nothing existed beforehand.
Oh, I got one better for you later on in this main event. So
anyway, this obviously nothing match here between Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. When, where, I don't know. For all we know, Kyle Fletcher could be the one challenging Adam Page at the pay-per-view. So he wants the TNT title. Briscoe said Callis looks like Elton John dressed up like a prosthetic penis for Halloween. In order to get a TNT title shot, Callis says he'd have to defeat one of his henchmen. So Callis walked out with Rocky Romero and Lance Archer. Oh, man.
Ooh, boy.
Callis has something important to say. Says he knows Briscoe is impatient to get his answer, but he's a little busy getting Fletcher and Josh Alexander ready for the main event. Callis said Briscoe's match will take place this Saturday on Collision against Konosuke Takeshita, who made his way to the ring and had a face-off with Briscoe. Callis went to leave with his family when Briscoe said he'd see Mr. Takeshita on Saturday, but he wants to fight right now. Archer came to the ring. Briscoe charged. We got a referee, and we got Lance Archer and Mark Briscoe official for tonight's Dynamite. You know who was missing from this segment, bro? Who was missing from... Well, yes, but not the answer I'm looking for.
Let's see. Not Wardlow. He was clearly there.
Michael Nakazawa? No, not him either. No, wrong answer. One more try. Yeah.
Who?
I'll give you a clue, man. It sounds similar to Where's Waldo?
Oh, nah, that makes no sense. When was the last time we saw Wardlow? It's been years, right?
2 weeks ago at the pay-per-view.
Okay. Oh, that's right. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe they have nothing for him, sir.
I don't know. Maybe catering was very good tonight, man, and he decided to sit back there instead of going out on live television. I don't know.
Maybe he had to get on a floating platform with a giant Q-tip and fight with another guy for possession.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to. Continue, bro. Say something in regards to Wardlow, man. I gotta do something over here. Yeah.
Well, I figured out what happened to Wardlow. Wardlow could not be there because by day he's a pro wrestler, but by night he is Wardlow, American goddamn gladiator. He will get on that platform, bro. He will get that giant Q-tip, and he will battle for that podium. And if you can knock Wardlow off that podium, you win probably what, $100,000. That's like an AEW match. You can win $100,000 if you can knock Wardlow off the platform. Well, remember the coolest part? The last match, but the last little obstacle course they have where the gladiator will sit back with the cannon full of tennis balls, and they will blast you with the fucking tennis balls. And I heard those things fucking hurt. They used to leave welts on fucking people, man. You used to get popped in the fucking head with that shit, bro. Oh my God. That's what Wardlow does now.
All right. Thank you for your contribution, bro. I appreciate you as always. 10 places that Wardlow could be at instead of being at AEW Dynamite. We're gonna play the Collision Corner music because that's all I have.
Hey, this is copyrighted. Hold on.
That's all right. We're gonna run with it. 10 places where Wardlow could have been instead of being at Dynamite tonight at the 2300 Arena. Number 1, at a Planet Fitness, learning what a squat rack looks like.
Oh my God.
Number 2, at Olive Garden, eating unlimited breadsticks.
It's not carbs.
Number 3, auditioning for Magic Mike number 4, the muscle job. Number 4, at a Home Depot, helping moms reach the top shelf.
Oh my God.
Number 5, in the WWE Performance Center parking lot.
That seems to work for some people.
Number 6, at a Build-A-Bear workshop. Number 7, on Cameo, charging $40 to powerbomb your boss. Number 8, working as Roman Reigns' body double in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Number 9, at an indie show in front of 200 people in a VFW hall. Well, I mean, that's no different than Dynamite every week, but thanks for asking. And number 10, at home binge watching Suits on USA Network.
Suits? Why Suits? Could be any other show.
Bro, this is going to be a running gag every time Wardlow's not on TV. There you go.
Oh my God, dude.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
I don't know.
Who won, bro? Briscoe or Lance Archer, man? I'll give you 5 seconds. Who won here?
Let's see. Since everyone dies, definitely Mark Briscoe won. Yes. Absolutely, Mark Briscoe won.
Oh, man. Froggy Bow, man. Ribbit. He wins with the Froggy Bow. That's it. Goodbye.
Remember when Lance Archer was a killer with Jake the Snake Roberts?
Who?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Jake Roberts? Didn't he manage the Luchadors, bro? Didn't he manage LFI?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had a trade, and then and then he just went away, and then okay. I don't know.
Tony Storm. She was in the empty 2300 arena. No different than what we saw tonight anyway, so. She says she wants the attention of Philadelphia. Insanity is relative, so she promises to be the most batshit bitch to piss in this sink. I'm sure there is piss in the sink, man. Have you been to the ECW arena?
I have not, sir. No.
Neither have I, but I heard horror stories. Tony Storm is a woman in search of her murder a character in search of a plot. No belt collector or forever champion could take the AEW women's title from her, so she's begging for any woman to play the role in the greatest show on earth. Not to worry, God doesn't judge. That's Storm's job. Bro, they have absolutely nobody on this current roster that fits the characteristics of what she's asking. I said this on TNT last night. I guarantee, because they did it with Mina, they did it with Megan Bain. They're going to bring in one of the ex-WWE ladies. They're going to bring her on into AEW, and they're going to throw her right into a title match because it's going to get the internet buzzing. And I guarantee you we may see Toni Storm versus Dakota Kai at All Out in Toronto, bro. I think that's where they're going. I think it's going to be nobody on the roster that gets the next title shot because you're not leaving that woman off the show in Toronto.
They think that's going to get the internet buzzing?
Sure. Dakota Kai is a lovely lady, bro, and she gets a lot of attention on social media.
Dakota Kai is awesome, man. I mean, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to like diminish, what she can do in the ring, but she is not well known like that. She is not popular enough to set the internet ablaze because she's showing up. I mean, she'll be a fantastic addition to any roster. She is very good, but that's not gonna have everybody talking. No.
Bro, Dito. Who? I'm
No.
sorry. I'm missing a segment here. I'm skipping ahead. I apologize. Renee.
No, please do.
Yeah, sure. Renee's backstage with Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron, who was upset her face is still busted up last week, despite wearing a face mask. Statlander said the wrath wasn't in the mask. The wrath was inside her all along. Cameron says they're undefeated as a team and called out Bro Dito. No mention? Okay. You're okay with that?
No, I didn't hear anything.
I was waiting for a complaint. That's why I paused.
Nope, I didn't hear anything. I muted you.
All right. Statlander said it's better they stick with Ford and Bane and Triangle of Madness like they talked about. Wheeler Yuta walked in. Harley Cameron hissed at him like a cat, saying the Death Riders have her back. Cameron says you can tell that if anyone's looking out for them, it's themselves. Marie Shafir joined, and Statlander said for them to tell our friend that she got the message. I'm guessing that's John Moxley. Wheeler Yuta says he'll relay it before leaving, saying he's pretty tough after everything he's been through tonight. Cameron says they seem fun. Harley Cameron continues to tag team with Chris Statlander here, bro. Looks like when those tag team titles get introduced, that's the team going forward.
Then what are they doing with her and the Death Riders, bro?
I don't know. I think it's just something to imaginary come up with so that there's some story here, man. They're pretending that there's some story development going on here.
It has to go somewhere. I hope they understand something, that when you start teasing something like this for this long, it has to go somewhere. And anything short of Chris Statlander eventually joining the Death Riders is going to have people pondering why they did this for so long.
I don't know. Does anybody care about her being enlisted in the Death Riders? Who cares? It's a dead act, man. Everybody looks down on it. Nobody likes them. They're a ratings killer. Why do you want to put Stat in a group like that?
I just want to see them do something interesting with Chris Statlander, to be honest with you. Because when they leave her by herself, they just kind of just forget about her. They just kind of just don't do shit with her. Now they got her with Harley Cameron. You know what I'm saying? She was with this little Cold War with Willow. Not sure what happened there. But now they're teasing to put her in the Death Riders. They just don't know what to do with Chris fucking Statlander. And I don't understand why not. She's so goddamn good.
Bro, I think the only way you're going to get that to happen, bro, is if you go to sleep every night, get on your hands and knees before you lay down in bed, pray, and then maybe it'll happen. Never going to happen, bro.
Fuck, man.
I don't know.
Whatever. And look, and to my overall point about AEW, this is why it is so hard to get invested in your wrestlers and into your stories, the ones that you do give us. When we say there's no stories, we just mean your stories suck and there's no substance to them. This is why it's hard to get invested in the things that you do try to give us, because you have a tendency to just forget about it and drop it, i.e. Chris Statlander's original heel turn, I mean, storylines that will start off and then fade away with no explanation, factions that get formed and then dismantled with no explanation. I don't want to fucking sit here and then get invested into something that you start pitching and selling me, and then next week you just toss it out of the window and forget about it. Because now I'm sitting there asking what happened to it. I'm still waiting for an explanation as to why Stokely and Chris Statlander actually didn't work out. But I know I'm not going to get that now. But now they're going to tease another heel turn, and I know I'm not going to get an explanation as to what happened there. So I'm just trying to not care now, because I know I'm not going to get any kind of real resolution to these things.
Yeah, everything on this show that we discussed, the one thing that always gets him heated is this Statlander dropping the ball on her creative. It's crazy.
Sucks, man.
I don't know, man. Everything sucks on this show. Brody King and Bandito. Love Bandito. Love Brody King, too. They defended the titles here. I don't know why, against the Death Riders. This is Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. We'll pick it up at the end here. I mean, who gives a fuck about this? Who? I don't know why we're getting so much Death Riders. Seriously. It's the one thing that everybody wanted to go away, and it's like doubling down, man. It's like almost fucking overtaking the show again. I just don't get it. But Jon Moxley, he shows up, and he starts attacking Brody in the aisleway. So, Bandito, he is in the ring here. Claudio gets a giant swing on Bandito. Yuta hit a mid-revolution dropkick. Only this time, King lunged in to break the count. Claudio took the referee as Moxley stalked Brody King as Darby Allin sprinted out again. I guess he was done with Gabe Kidd before. And brawled with him at ringside. Brody King blasted Claudio with a roundhouse forearm. Yuta ate one as well. He was placed in the exact right spot for Bandito to hit his 21 plex. And Bandito pins Wheeler useless. 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Moxley and Claudio chased Allin out of the arena. Brodito stand tall with their titles. Great. Who's next? That was a solid first defense, I guess. Who's next, bro? We really looking at the Young Bucks challenging for those tag team titles? Who else is there?
No, they're still hovering around the main event scene instead of giving a shit about the tag division.
I don't know. Don't know what's going on there. We'll say that they have to be defended at the pay-per-view. You would hope so. Watch them put these guys on the fucking pre-show. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Renee in the parking lot with Kazuchika Okada and brought up the tension between Konosuke Takeshita and himself. Okada said Takeshita calls himself the Alpha. Okada calls himself the Rainmaker. The top dog in the Don Callis family, bitch. Oh, you're expecting me to add more to the... That was all the promo.
That's it. That
was the entire promo, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's some solid storytelling there for Okada and Takeshita when it happens, bro. You know?
It's a waste of Renee's talents just now.
It's crazy. Takeshita may be robbing Tony Khan blind more so than Mercedes, bro. It's crazy. The guy does literally nothing, man. What does he do for television? What does he do to enhance this show? I know, nothing. Your silence speaks volumes. Renee.
Bro, I'm really sorry. I am trying so hard to find
bro,
it's
nothing, bro. Just let me get through this show, man, so we get the fuck out of here.
It fucking sucks.
Renee
man.
is on the outside. She's with the Hurt Syndicate. MVP questioned what happened to Ricochet. He used to be an exciting young wrestler, but he turned into an ass kiss. A whiny hater leading to a bad example for two young lions in the gates of agony. MVP wants them to not let Ricochet turn their careers into a punchline. MVP said he saw Ricochet say they'll learn to respect them, but the Hurt Syndicate doesn't ask for respect. They command it. They accept Ricochet's challenge as MVP looks forward to lacing up his boots and punching Ricochet in his disrespectful, bitch-made mouth. In Toronto, they will hurt them. Lashley and MVP walk off. Benjamin sticks around and says to Renee, it's been a pleasure. This show has not been a pleasure. There you go. Any explanation there? No. Why he did what he did? No. So we got no explanation from Ricochet, no explanation from MVP. Just a match with no rhyme or reason just happening in Toronto. Whatever. Adam Copeland. He made his way out to cut a promo with Christian Cage. He was immediately attacked by FTR before Cage made his way out to back up Cope. So This was a 2-on-1 attack here on Copeland. Cage hit the ring, even the playing field. Security rushed out to separate all 4 guys. The security got beat up as well. Dax was busted open by Cage during the brawl. From what, I don't know. So we got a huge group of wrestlers. Apparently, we were told that they were Ring of Honor talent. So if you are expecting me to know who these individuals are, please don't ask. I don't know, nor do I care. So apparently,
did JD Drake and Adam Priest come out to help?
Well, I had to look it up. I have here Jordan Oliver,
okay,
Adam Priest,
see,
and JD Drake were there.
Woo!
You got 2 of the 3. That's good, man. That's 666 batting average. Good for you.
Continuity.
Yeah.
Continuity, bro. They just had a match on Collision. Now the stories are coming together. It's like the bloodline all over again.
Maybe Adam Priest can join the new Reformed Judgment Day in AEW.
Yeah. We're getting there, bro. Okay. Here we
Jordan Oliver ate a spike pile driver from FTR. Adam Priest was another who pie-faced Dax. So he started firing up, and the crowd started chanting for, I was going to say Damian Priest. They wish. Adam Priest. Yeah. Excalibur brought up how FTR wrestled Priest and JD Drake on Collision. So continuity is there.
Get that.
Man, there's so many people. Can't wait to watch Adam Priest and JD Drake versus FTR, man. Oh, boy.
There we go. Oh, yes.
Well, FTR cut a promo following this with Stokely. He was back. So the next time Copeland put his hands on Stokely, it'll be a reckoning. Harwood screams to Adam Priest, who was off in the corner, who he started to apologize to FTR. Wheeler badmouthed him and said, "You're a nobody. You're looking at 2 somebodies." Wheeler told Priest to get his gear and a partner this Saturday, and they'll make him a somebody. And then Stokely told Adam Priest to go get his bitch ass out of here. Who's his partner?
I don't forget.
It might be Damian Priest and Adam Priest, bro. The Priest brothers.
The Priests.
Might be Killer Cross.
Or what if it's a Bizarro hologram there? Huh?
Could be Angelico. Who knows?
Oh yeah, probably will be.
Main event. Finally.
Woohoo!
Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and JetSpeed. Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey against Kyle Fletcher, who's the TNT champion, Josh Alexander, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. It's one of those party matches, bro. All-star tag team matches. You know, we get one of them every week, man. It's the same fucking match every week. What's the difference between these matches?
Different referees sometimes.
What is the deal here with Adam Page? Who is he defending this championship against?
Ooh, these are tough questions, bro. He's the world champion.
Hechicero?
Well, we know it won't be a surprise cash-in because we have to have 1 week advance notice before Max uses that goddamn contract.
Well, he may show up next week.
There you go. Better be a week in advance. Boss needs advance notice to book a match.
Sure. Thanks for ruining the concept there, TK. Let's run down the list here. Kyle Fletcher is the TNT champion. I would assume that Kyle Fletcher defends that title against Mark Briscoe. We could have Josh Alexander, bro. What do you think of Josh Alexander versus Adam Page?
No, that's not gonna work. So, how about we do Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page, title versus title? I
don't like it.
Right? Come on.
You know, we pitched something last night on TNT where it was Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus Okada and Takeshita, and then you build off of the tension of Okada and Takeshita going into Wrestle Dream. Is that too much for AEW to handle? Maybe we don't need Adam Page to defend the championship, being that we don't have a clear-cut challenger for him, and seeing that MJF just refuses to work in the dump known as the 2300 Arena.
That would actually be a smart move. You know, sometimes Vince used to book, back in the Attitude Era, he used to book the February pay-per-view, the one pay-per-view between the Royal Rumble in WrestleMania, he will book the world champion in some kind of tag match, some kind of, grudge match, some shit, just to keep some space between the Royal Rumble winner and his WrestleMania main event. Doesn't have to be a title match. Put him in a pay-per-view in some other match. It would be easy to do if he had some actual storyline that would easily bring him into another match. But
everything that happened here in this match legitimately doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't know how anybody watches this shit with zero storyline implications and enjoys what we got here, man. And it's like, we say it every week, bro. Everybody in this match is a fucking unbelievable professional wrestler. It's nothing about their wrestling ability. It's not about the wrestling anymore. You need to give me significantly more than what you're doing here, and all you're giving me is great pro wrestling for absolutely no reason. I just told you what one of the main events of All Out should be, and you wrote Kenny Omega off of television here, and now we don't know exactly what the fuck is going on with Omega, and after the rumors of him being really banged up, it may look like that Kenny Omega is now going to sit on the sidelines with Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, and having those three guys out, that's a big fucking deal, bro. I don't know how you're going to tell any captivating stories with three of your lead characters off of television.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, man. They need to pivot. They need to adjust. They need to figure something out. You need a top babyface right now. And there's nobody close enough to put in that spot except Darby Allin.
The only other thing I could think of is Takeshita versus Adam Page, but Takeshita would undoubtedly lose that match, and maybe they built tension with Okada there in the Don Callis family and him being removed. I don't know. Everything just feels so haphazardly put together. So the winner of this match were the heels. The heels won this match. Fletcher, Alexander, the Young Bucks defeated Page, Omega, and JetSpeed. Post-match, after the win, we got an assisted tombstone by Matt and Alexander as Fletcher finished it off with a sheer drop brainbuster on Kevin Knight, who apparently is nothing more than a glorified loser at this point. He pins Kevin Knight for a 1-2-3. Post-match, Callis applauded his family. Alexander and Fletcher beat down Page and Omega while the Bucks brawled with JetSpeed to the back. Rocky Romero and Lance Archer joined in on the beatdown. They set up a chair in the middle of the ring. Fletcher hit Page with a brainbuster through it. Omega covered up Page, saving his friend, as Romero and Archer set up a table at ringside. Omega tried fighting off the numbers, but Fletcher caught him in the ribs with a broken chair. Fletcher dragged Omega to the apron and hit a brainbuster through the table. Don Callis stood up from commentary, starts laughing. Fletcher's back is bleeding. Omega's selling the effects of this spot here. Doctors quickly run out for Omega. He's clutching his neck. The show goes off the air with Don Callis and the Don Callis family walking out standing tall. And that was basically it.
Okay. Where was Mark Briscoe when his friend Hangman Adam Page? Remember Hangman? Remember the Hangman that was like, I got a friend, Mark Briscoe, who deserves a title match more than you, MJ.
Oh, that doesn't apply here, bro. That was something that was overlooked in the fake production meetings they have. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just wondering, the guy who loves to fucking brawl, the guy who loves to fucking fight, and the guy who has a friend out there getting his ass whipped is sitting back there in catering just like, yeah, that sucks. Not going out there, though.
I don't know. This is every ounce of this show is completely irrelevant and unimportant, unexciting, and this is garbage. This All Out show started off, the thought of it was, oh man, this is going to be a banger show. And AEW has legitimately and continues to legitimately limp into Toronto. There is not one story on this entire program outside Cope and Christian against FTR that I legitimately care about. Zero. So I don't know what they're doing. It's almost as if Tony Khan waved the white flag and has given up. I don't know. I want to end with this. I took some time today.
Oh, this is gimmick infringement.
Listen, bro. I have no other music, man. I gotta find some music. But I took some time today to enter every little detail we've had about Adam Page and MJF and what we've been seeing with them and the contract and the world title and Adam Page winning the world title at All In and MJF winning the gauntlet. I had ChatGPT, bro. coming out of All In, write me a storyline between Adam Page and MJF for the AEW World Championship that will carry Dynamite with long-term storytelling. Now, if Max is listening to this, or if he by chance comes across this, bro, you could use this for your own, please feel free. Okay? I don't know why Tony's not utilizing ChatGPT, because clearly he doesn't have a fucking clue as to what he's doing. The storyline would be called The Reckoning. The theme is truth, guilt, and the scars of leadership. The background here, Adam Page wins the Owen Hart Cup in May, right? He beats Moxley clean at All In for the World Championship. MJF wins the gauntlet, becomes the number one contender for the World Championship, but he doesn't cash in his contract. Instead, he cuts a promo the following week along the lines of, I don't want the title, I want him, meaning Adam Page. I want the guy who let the system break me while he called himself the locker room leader. Week 1, MJF targets Hangman's conscience. Instead of threatening Mark Briscoe with cartoony villainy, MJF begins a psychological war. He digs into Hangman's guilt-ridden persona. The man who left the Elite, let the Dark Order fall apart, lost himself in alcohol, and now hides behind the title to feel important again. MJF would say something along the lines of, and I quote, "You won the Owen Hart Cup, but you're still running from what you did to this company when it needed you most. This isn't about titles. It's about atonement." Week 2. Adam Page refuses the contract match. Page would say something along the lines of, I don't want a match because you're angry. I want you when you earn it. So MJF does earn it by going on a brutal streak of wins. Clean. No bullshit. No nefarious bullshit. No cheating. No shortcuts. Just real wrestling, because MJF is one of the best in-ring performers on the fucking planet. Commentary sells it as if MJF is wrestling like a man trying to beat himself. Week 3. What happened? I'm sorry. Yeah, you can add anything you want here.
I just off.
Off what? No. No, come on, bro. Really? Come on. Week 3. The old MJF starts to creep back in. Now you think you're getting a good MJF. He's winning clean, right? The old MJF creeps back in. But cracks appear after each win. Week by week by week, MJF hesitates. Should he shake his opponent's hand? Should he mock the crowd? He's torn between redemption and regression. Eventually, he snaps and attacks a beloved babyface. Plug any babyface you want in there. It could be anybody. Trying to force Hangman's hand. Hangman versus MJF would then be set up for Full Gear. Tony Khan sets the match, not because MJF cashed in his contract. Instead, MJF would have earned a match without using the contract because Hangman wanted him to. Hangman even tears the contract in half and says, you don't need this anymore, Max. You want me? You got me. But if you lose, there's no excuses. The stipulation for Full Gear, if MJF loses, he leaves AEW for 90 days. This makes the match mean everything. MJF's whole arc has been about whether AEW deserves his best. Now he has to prove he belongs in the company he's tried to sabotage. MJF is the self-loathing villain trying to become something more. Page is broken, the broken hero trying to hold the line. The match doesn't rely on a contract, outside interference, or overbooking. It's just personal. Whether MJF wins or loses, the story pushes both characters forward. No screwy finishes. Either MJF earns his place or Hangman proves he's more than a transitional champion. So it's all about MJF finding himself again. MJF finally chooses to be great without the shortcuts, beating the man who represents everything he claims to hate. Hangman doesn't need to be protected. He's always been a tragic hero. His strength is in losing with meaning, and this loss would mean everything. He pushed MJF to stop hiding behind contracts, manipulation, and catchphrases. MJF doesn't win because he cashed in. He wins because MJF is changed. After the match, MJF wins the World Championship. bloodied and barely standing. MJF offers a handshake. Hangman accepts. No turn, no cheap shot, no swerve. Commentary even sells it. Maybe the devil stopped running tonight. So we get a follow-up angle. MJF lets people believe he's changed. He acts as if he's evolved. He gives Hangman a handshake. He gives press conferences like a reformed champion. He even defends the belt cleanly once or twice against top baby faces and wins with no shenanigans. But slowly, week by week, the cracks return in MJF because MJF really didn't change. He just got better at hiding the manipulation. MJF would then cut a measured, respectful promo. He says he's proved everyone wrong and doesn't need to cheat anymore. Ends with, I'm not the devil you remember. I'm something worse now. MJF then defends the championship against someone like Swerve Strickland or another top babyface in the company and wins clean again. Backstage, he politely brushes off questions about his past actions that we've seen over the last 5 years. He ends the show talking to Tony Schiavone and then casually says, it's funny. Everyone's so relieved I didn't burn this place down, like I couldn't still do it if I wanted to. MJF then starts lobbying for changes in the roster structure. He says he's the top draw, so he wants say over his challenges and who he defends the title against. He's polite on camera, but manipulation behind the scenes run wild, and you do obviously vignettes to show this manipulation on screen. MJF is then caught on camera with a hidden mic telling Tony Khan or whoever's in charge, let them think I've changed. The moment they stop watching their backs, I take everything. And then boom, complete heel turn again, not via a sudden attack, because he worked the company. The entire redemption arc was a setup to get the belt and get ultimate power in AEW. Now MJF is a colder, calmer, more dangerous heel. He's more of a corporate devil. Just think Roman Reigns and then Batman, Joker, 2000 Triple H. He's not trying to be liked or booed. He's playing the long con for control, not attention. And then obviously this goes on and on and on. And then he basically leverages his drawing power, media appearances, clean image, influences AEW management with decisions off screen, saying, I've had conversations with people upstairs. Certain executives were very happy when I stopped causing chaos. Let's just say I've got some pull now, and I don't have to yell into the camera to use it. So he eventually does all these good things and then turns into a smarter devil, a more manipulative devil. So we get all this happening, and it eventually leads to MJF's redemption arc. And what you do is you build MJF up as the top heel in the company because he became a new, bigger devil. And he eventually drops the title to Will Ospreay at All In, Wembley. And Will Ospreay would be the one to take the championship back and save AEW from MJF. And now I know Will Ospreay's not possibly going to be back by All In, but if you ran MJF with this redemption arc, you turn him into a babyface slightly to only then just kind of come out again as that devilish heel, and you have him take the company over and use his powers to control the company. You run MJF and Will Ospreay back in Wembley because that is probably the best match since AEW went to Wembley and have done All In there. So I would run that back. And MJF versus Will Ospreay is the perfect match to crown Ospreay as the new AEW World Champion. So that's what I had ChatGPT right. This is all ChatGPT.
Sounds good. Let's roll with it.
There you go. I don't know why they can't be creative with long-term storytelling. I really don't understand it. Ospreay would then listen. I have some things here. Ospreay would say, "Max, I've watched you lie your way to the top, but this isn't Vegas. This is London, and this is my ring. Your words mean nothing." Obviously, he would be the hometown hero, the wrestling purist, the antithesis of everything AEW represents. And MJF tries mind games. He insults the British fans, mocks Ospreay's health, calls him overrated. You want your hometown hero to win, huh? Buy a ticket, bring your flag, and cry when I ruin your fairy tale. I'm not just better than Will Ospreay. I'm better than Brett, better than Kenny, better than Okada. I am the god of professional wrestling. And then you do the match and All In, Wembley. I mean, it's easy to write a storyline, bro. They put zero effort into it. Zero.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, I feel like after in due time, we would point out and figure out that they're using AI to write their storylines, and we would definitely call them out on that too.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I wish we had better television, but as long as you got us, man, to tell you how it is, that's gonna happen every week.
They should just hire. Osikwe popped into my stream earlier, and he was telling me how Hollywood has so many writers who are available for work, and they would jump on the opportunity to write a weekly pro wrestling show. He just has to hire them.
He won't do that, bro. He's ego driven.
Do they know anything about pro wrestling? Maybe not. Maybe try to find someone that does. But even if you don't, you take what they give you, you apply it, you give it to people who know about this business, turn it into a Bryan Danielson, have him make sure that it makes more wrestling sense, and then you roll with it. That's what I would do.
You got all these resources like that, bro. Writers and ChatGPT and AI, and you can't come up with fucking ideas to make your show better?
I just don't get it. I don't understand it, man.
Anyway, let's get into these super chats. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD, Jesse, OTS, AEW. Will AEW ever deliver? Let's go. Yeah. They are not right now, Michael. Not even close.
Deliver us some pizzas.
Yes. Dwayne Jackson with 43 months. With AEW being abysmal, do you think it's for Zaslav to ring in to TK to get out? TK is losing Warner Brother money. Do you think Zaslav should force TK out of creative? Bro, I doubt that's ever going to happen. Tony should remove himself from creative. Conan recently was quoted saying that nobody in AEW respects Tony Khan.
I don't believe guys like that who are not. I mean, come on. I believe someone maybe told him that, but I don't think someone speaks for everybody when you say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Keith Hobson with $20. Thank you, brother. We are in the ECW, aka 2300 Arena, and this show sucks. And on top of that, the pay-per-view's on Max, but you have to pay $39.99 for it. That, my friend, is Super Saiyan sucks. OTS for life. Well, brother, I hope you had a good time, no matter if the show sucked or not. And please be safe getting home, man. It's not the best area. Ed Wiley with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Tonight's show made me wish I never turned it on. I don't know why you do. Just stay with us. We got you covered. Chili Cheese J with a 2. Inspector Gadget was better weekly television than this. Bro, don't disrespect Inspector Gadget like that, bro. Come on.
Love Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, me too.
Come on.
Me too. Tony Brown with a 5. Soon you'll be able to fit a AEW crowd in an NWA TV taping. Sorry, no ass cheeks talk tonight. Mercedes cakes aren't worthy. Really?
Not wrong, man. She doesn't really have any. No.
No? Okay.
She's very pretty. I mean, I don't think that should be the end all be all. I mean, she's very pretty, but no, she's not. She's not hanging out with the cakes, man. No.
Illuminati with a 5. What kind of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed sandals. Thank you, Illuminati, for the attempt at humor.
Oh.
Francis Loeb with a 5. Damn, AEW. But on the bright side, Sammy Guevara is the true MVP this weekend. LFI and STP were made stars Friday. Did you hear the fans chant STP, STP, STP? Who the fuck is STP?
Sure, they just weren't saying stop, stop, stop.
I have no clue who you're talking about, bro. If you think I watch Ring of Honor, you got a fucking completely different person. Tribal Chief with the 25 months. Instead of AEW, I watch JD's Braves beat my Cubs. Thank you, JD, for the best podcast. Jesse, thank you for Collision Corner. OTS for life, pal. The Braves are finished, theoretically, bro, so I don't really care if they win or lose, but I'm glad you enjoyed the game. Tommy McCluth with a $9.99. I feel AEW fumbled hard by not building around Cody and the Elite and being too worried about looking like WCW with the NWO comparisons. In as much as pushes go of top talent, they never recovered. Bro, they never recovered after they aired the Jack Perry CM Punk footage. Never. When was that? Last year? Come on. Illuminati. What happened?
People keep using different things. It was when Cody and Brandy left.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
That was the beginning of the end, bro. I'm of the belief. Not even gonna lie. If Punk had gotten along with everybody on the roster, and there has never been a problem, nothing with the Bucks, nothing with anyone, Hangman, nothing, Eddie, everything was great. I'm of the belief Punk would have fucking melted down and been gone from AEW by now, over the frustration with creative.
I don't know. Clearly, it was not the best place for him.
No.
Tommy, thank you, brother. Illuminati, what's the best way to store your dad jokes in a database? Get it? Database?
He's just looking up dad jokes online now.
Illuminati with a 5. I gave a handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs. DX Strixes with 50 months. So according to TK, Riho is greater than AJ Lee. WWE's giving us one of the biggest returns of the last decade, and TK's answer is Riho.
I am so tired of people comparing every last single goddamn thing that happens on AEW to WWE.
Riho, Jesse. Riho.
Jesus Christ, bro.
What do you think of AJ Lee come back, bro? You have any opinion there?
I love AJ Lee, man.
Me too. Who doesn't?
I don't know what kind of capacity she's coming back in.
She looks great.
A one-off.
She looks, as the cool kids say, bro, ripped.
When she never looked ripped. She's always looked ripped.
Friday's going to be a big night. Mike 43 with 40 months. AEW is so bad right now, not worth $39.99. What is TK smoking? It's not even worth the 2 hours watching it on free TV, bro. No. Grants with a 5. The Get Off My TV AEW edition. Moxley, Mercedes, Yuta, and Softwood. Ha ha ha. Get Off My TV was funny shit. Hope you're doing better, Jesse.
Take Yuta off that list, bro. Yuta's a killer.
Well, if there is a Get Off My TV shirt, it'll be Dax for sure.
Oh, fucking Dax.
Illuminati with a 5. Last joke of the night. Gotta compete with some better jokes. What do you call a wolf who meditates? A werewolf. A werewolf, yes. Jesse, good. You good, homie. Glad you are back, says Illuminati.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
Mikey S with a 199. CEO equals cringing everyone. Yeah, it's pretty bad, bro. At least she didn't cut a promo tonight. That's all we can say. Jerry Delino with a 499. Did you see what Matt Riddle said about CM Punk and AJ Lee today? Yes, I did. I don't know what Matt Riddle's on, but he owes someone an apology. And also, no show to wrestling show for a charity event. I could see why WWE fired him. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, bro. I don't know the full details. He no-showed a charity event. I don't know why he's accepting payment for a charity event. If he wanted to do a charity event, he should have just done the charity event with no payment.
How's it a charity event if he's getting paid?
I don't know. I don't know how it's a charity event. Fucking ridiculous. Jay Barker with a $10 super chat. Not only did we not get Wardlow and MJF, but we got Riho return, coming out looking like a pee-pee diaper, attacking Mercedes Moné, and that's supposed to combat WrestlePalooza.
Again, everybody has this WWE counter programs, and then the fans pit the companies against each other. I don't think AEW has come out and said that they're trying to battle WrestlePalooza or battle anything WWE is doing.
Mr. Premium, $50 super chat. Happy to say that after 5.5 years of circumstances out of my control holding me back, I was finally able to take and pass my ASVAB test. Given I can get my medical waivers cleared, I will be joining the U.S. Air Force in early 2026.
That's awesome, man.
That is fucking incredible news, Mr. Premium. Congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you to have you back. Thank you for being here and welcome back. Very lucky to have you here. Justin with a $19.99. Couldn't care less about this show. We love Chi-Town Smart. So happy to see you back this week, Jesse. OTS family forever.
Thank you so much, bro.
There you go, Justin. Thank you, man. Adam JD with a 5. What are we doing here? It needs to be AEW's new slogan. Why do I even try anymore? Is my slogan. True Styles with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Illuminati with a 2. AEW equals awful, erroneous writing. Dwayne, thank you again, brother, for the $100 super chat. We love you, man. $5 super chat from Sidro. If you watch the movie Jaws backwards, it becomes a heartwarming story about a shark who swims around giving arms and legs to disabled people. Yes. And Quint would still be alive, bro.
Oh my God.
Jay Barker with a 5. Vanilla Baby and Big Shotty has filed a trademark for a tag team name called The Swirl. Oh, God.
Bro, do you know that Top Flight and Scorpio Sky are Sky Flight?
You knew that, right? I do, yes.
Did you know that they are taking off and joining the Altitude era?
Huh?
True fucking story.
Did they say that?
Yes.
Oh my
they
God.
They actually
Bro, this is getting on WCW dying years level, bro. Seriously.
It's so uncreative. Who comes up with these names? A triangle of madness, Sky Flight, Jet Speed, Bro fucking Dito. Who is coming up with these names?
Basic with a $4.99. The Illuminati cloned hologram. We now have Clonogram. I would love to know this guy's name. Telewol Sweze with a 20. Thank you, brother. AEW's women's division is just being set up for failure with Mercedes holding it hostage. And most of it is not even her fault. It's on TK. Speaking of which, besides Becky and Roxanne, who would you like to see AJ Lee face? Rhea, Io, Lyra, Liv, etc. I take a Io.
All of them?
All of them. How about all of them? Yeah.
All of them? Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Bizzle is back with a 2 and a 2. They're trying to push Darby, Garcia, and Hook. Remember the picture at the end of the Danielson match? Yeah, it's too late for that, bro. You mean to tell me you're going back to Wrestle Dream? Now?
Yeah, now.
9 months later when nobody gives a fuck? Cam G with a 20. My God, this show is so bad it's offensive. Much love, JD OTS for life. Thank you, brother. It is very bad. You Fluke with a 4. What's his name? Jonathan Gruesome, who is married to Jordan Grace. Jonathan Gresham. Gresham. He recently had a medical situation, and hopefully he's well.
Oh, no, what happened?
I think he had a stroke.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Sidney Johnson with a 9.99. Gabe Kidd is here to replace the bastard Pac. Worst fucking decision ever. Thank you, JD and Jesse, for pointing out all the bullshit that AEW dumps on us every Wednesday. Godspeed. Thank you, Sidney. I love Pac. I miss Pac. He's great.
Wherever he is currently right now standing in his ring gear.
Yes.
Right now.
Fluke with a 4.99. Wardlow is probably having fun at Disney World with Mickey Mouse. I won't blame him.
No. Mickey owns WWE now. So, no, that would not be happening.
Okay. Bill Voss with a 10. What's your thoughts on AEW going back to Australia for 2 shows next year? Do you think it will be good? I'm also heading to a WWE live show in Melbourne in October, my first wrestling event in person. I don't really care. They did nothing to set up their last time in Australia, so why would I expect otherwise? Vinny with a 1.99. I'd rather watch Ryback than AEW. AJ Lee is getting plowed. What? AJ Lee is getting plowed, apparently, says Vinny. Great. Something one of the sickos said recently in the last 48 hours. Big Haas with a 5. Becky Lynch is the best all-around 4-horsewoman ever. She's done more for WWE in the last 4 or 5 months than Mercedes' whole AEW run. Respect Becky, Jesse. You don't respect Becky Lynch, bro?
What the fuck that got to do with me?
I don't know. You said Jesse. I don't know. I think Becky's doing some good work. Matt Fisher with a $4.99. What do Wardlow and Cena have in common? No one can see them. Triple M, what's up, brother? $2 super chat. Jesse, we gaming tomorrow.
I have my draft tomorrow. The OTS family draft is tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern time. So yeah, I'm not sure. After that, I can check and see. I'll let you guys know in text though.
Brian with a $1.99. Love you guys. Thank you, Brian. And Matt Fisher with a $1.99. He also would like to know his name. Whose name? Wardlow's name? I don't know.
What? Did I say anything about Becky Lynch?
I don't know. Did you? I don't know, man. What'd you say on your platform? Anything?
Nothing about Becky Lynch.
Jesse's catching strays out here, bro. For what? I don't know.
What did I do?
All right, man. We're getting out of here. Any last words, bro, before we fire up the dark horse? Get the hell out of here.
My God, bro. Let's get out of here. My back is killing me.
All right. You big baby over here. Let me get out of here. Thank you guys very much for all of your support here on Wednesday night. This is your AEW Dynamite post show right here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY 206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you were entertained, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys go follow Jesse on Twitter at ShotTownSmart. If you guys want to go subscribe to Jesse on YouTube, make sure you guys go do that as well. I linked his YouTube channel down below. Please click it. It'll take you right there and hit that subscribe button. Go check out all the great content on the channel. There's plenty of it, including today's extra on the AEW HBO Max pay-per-view streaming fiasco. Boss Top with a $1.99. Buy or sell Death Riders or the Vision. Buying on the Vision, fucking burning the Death Riders. That is an easy one, bro. Come on now. Go check out today's content. Everything you need is on the homepage. If there is more news, I may have something for you tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about the Matt Riddle situation if I figure out what's going on here. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And make sure you guys check out Blue Chew, tonight's sponsor, BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Get your free sample courtesy of the podcast. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And back live Friday. AJ Lee's back in Chicago right here on OTA.